Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans featured right here on the TNI network. This is Trent along with my co-hosts, Bill, Jaybone, and Mark. And this is the Impact on Access TV review for March 9th, 2021. My God, it's already March. Wow. But I'm not going to worry about that. We got other shit going on. Bill, we got bigger news today. But actually, real quick, Bill, what's with your background? I'm used to the British boot camp thing. Yeah. What's with the non-jazzy background? You have a new house? What happened here? Are you on the road?
No. Just I am on the road. I had a busy work day, and I'm just nothing fancy. Hopefully this weekend.
All right, Jaybone, don't let that happen again with Bill. You gotta reel him in on something and shit. I need the presentation, Bill. It's all about the present. It's all about aesthetics. Wait, this is my segue though. Speaking of aesthetics, we got a guy who's aesthetically like jacked as shit. He looks fantastic. He is he's one of my favorite people out there in wrestling that I've met. One of my favorite on the Impact roster in pro wrestling right now. I know he's a big favorite of ours on the show. We talk him out a lot. Our listeners love him. The Impact fans love him. I want to bring him in right now. Any objection to just starting with a bang right here, guys?
Let's do it.
I'm on in.
All right, we're gonna bring him in, guys. All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, bringing in one of my absolute favorites. He's this is a guy who has really made, for lack of a better term, made an impact in the last couple of weeks, and he's on a roll. He is on nothing but an upward climb in this company, and I'm here for it. We're all here for it. Let's bring him in right now, guys. Jake something in the house. What's up, Jake?
Hey,
what up, man? Jaybone. Don't make he's the star. There we go.
I'm fixing it.
There we go. Jake, what's up, man? The beard's looking fantastic.
How you
doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
That was a really good intro.
You like that? I'm a little biased. I mean, I might be a little biased with you, know that, right? I mean, we got history, you know what I mean? So, but I love just seeing, dude. I'm happy you're here. I'm very happy you made it on. I'm glad that you were able to do this. But man, hey, wait, real quick, how about that intro? That intro to the show. It's one of your favorite people made that intro.
Yeah, very good.
A certain video guy that you seem to like made that show. A certain Chicago-based videographer made that show. Rob, it is. That's a Rob creation right there.
That is.
I love it. He's done me,
dude. He has. Rob has done awesome stuff
with Jake. But
anyway,
cooler than I am.
Nah, Jake, you're pretty cool, man. You're pretty cool. But dude, well, I wanna just kick off. Like, can we all? I think we all of us here on the show agree. We're super happy that Jake Something is on our TV. Like Jake Something. I mean, not that we didn't like, when you're in the Diener family, that's one thing, but Jake Something is here, man. Like, how does that feel for you? I love that tweet you put out though. You were like, people said Jake Something will never be on television, then screw you. Here I am. I mean, how does it feel? Like, this is a character you made.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's just like the most rewarding feeling ever. It's not a one-time thing, but even if it was a one-time thing, it's still like a very good, just a rewarding feeling,
I can imagine, man. We're trying to get Jaybone a gimmick like Jaybone nothing. I call him Jaybone. I break your balls. I tell you he gets upset. I call him. I say, Jaybone, you're a nothing in this podcasting game. You're gonna be. He's like, maybe I can turn this into a gimmick. Does he have a future if he just changes it to? Who would you tag team with, Jaybone, if he was Jay nothing?
I don't want to tag team with anybody.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, Jay, you're shit out.
Well, you've been through a lot recently. It's understandable.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you though, for newer fans like me, because your inception on this show through everything Diener, the Wrestle House, everything, and now dealing with Violent by Design.
Yes.
And that now you're Jake Something. But you've been Jake Something on the indies. How did Jake Something come about?
Question.
It's very much just like a kind of like the anti-gimmick, right? Where, especially when everyone starts out, they're like constantly like trying to like think of a name or think of like a moniker for themselves, and like literally they're trying to brand themselves, or other people are trying to brand them as something that they're probably not. And I am just like strip everything down, bare bones. I'm not anything like that. I'm not gonna, wear something real flashy and pretend to be something I'm not. I'm not gonna attach a moniker to myself to seem tough. Like I will just show you who I am, and I can take like the most meaningless word in all of the English language and just throw it onto myself, and I will make that mean more than any other moniker that somebody could give me. You know, I don't need a family name to lean on or anything like that. I can do it just by myself. That's essentially what it is.
Gotcha.
That's awesome. That's
okay.
Awesome. I like that, man.
Perfect.
Did you, refresh my memory? You didn't start off with that, obviously, but I mean, I know, like, it almost feels like the whole thing came full circle. Like when you kind of had to pull back away from it, you know, and you're in, like you say, it's a meaningless word, but you can make it mean something.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I know a lot of people were, you know, they knew you from the Indies, they knew you from that, and then the Diener, the whole aspect with the Diener story and everything was happening. Was it a matter of like, man, I know when we get to a certain point, it's going to make a lot more sense. And because I know people were like, man, I know him as Jake something. I'm so used to that. Right. You know, was always in your back of your mind, like, I'm going to bring this around and people are really going to get it when they do see it.
Well, I think it was more of just a thing that I always wanted. Like, I had a lot of fun doing all the Diener stuff, but of course I'm always going to want to just be me. Like, you know, I think everything flows better that way. There's more money to be made, and it's more organic, right?
Right.
Granted, I did have a lot of fun doing all the Diener stuff, but I always just wanted to be me. It wasn't necessarily a plan. I mean, granted, I was trying to make it happen, but it wasn't necessarily a plan. It was more of an unknown that I was hoping for, you know, and working for. But like, it wasn't. Can't really say I planned for it because there's some things you can't plan for.
Nice.
So with the Jake Diener portion being behind you now, looking back, what was like your favorite moment of Cousin Jake? What was the best part of that?
Especially at the beginning, we filmed some really fun, like just like vignette and promo things. We were in Philly the one time, and we did a vignette or a promo. I honestly
with the cheesesteaks, right? What you guys reading on the cheesesteaks?
And Cody's really good at promos in general, but he's very good at just hitting it one time. And I don't know what was happening this time, but he was not hitting it one time. It took, like, I might be exaggerating, but probably close to 20. But while he's talking, I'm like just shoveling down this cheesesteak. I eat a lot, but like there was 2 of them, and then eventually I like smashed them. And there's like these loaded cheese fries, and this was like a very large amount of food too. Smashing the fries, smashing the cheesesteak. I was drinking whatever pop it was, and I was just going. It was like it got to the point where I was like, "Oh shit!" Like if we don't I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore. You know, unless we take a break. But the food was really good. I can't remember which. There's like 2 or 3 really popular cheesesteak places in Philly, and we went to like the most popular one or whatever.
You guys went to like Pat's and Gino's, right? Those 2 that are across the street from each other.
Yeah. And it was really good. But yeah, so I fondly think of that.
It's like, keep screwing up, man. I'm like,
that's a good favorite moment. The time I almost ate myself sick because my tag team partner couldn't get it right.
I sincerely think one more bite would have did me in. I probably would have thrown up.
Guys, I can't make it to tapings. I got a stomach ache. Shit.
I think that whole weekend was just really cool too, though, because that was the first time I got to wrestle in the ECW arena.
Yeah.
That's always going to be like a landmark thing. And because when I was training, I was in the arena all the time, but I never got to wrestle there. So it was a very, I guess, kind of like full circle moment.
Yeah, dude, I was there and I got to see you there, and it was cool. Like it's a trippy moment for a lot of you guys because it was I think a lot of the rosters. First time being in there, and I think everybody got a picture with that ECW mural. They're like, shit, yeah, I gotta get a picture with this.
Absolutely.
That's cool, man. Do me a favor. One thing, and I don't think I even personally asked you either, and all the times we've worked together, where did you start off, like training and stuff? Like who did, like, where did you train? I never like asked you this kind of stuff. Like who was your trainer? Where did you get your like first matches and stuff, like first reps?
I trained at Ring of Honor, and that was in Pennsylvania. So as soon as I
never knew that. I never knew you trained at Ring of Honor, dude. Holy shit.
As soon as I graduated high school, I just packed everything up into my car and then
really?
Yeah. Yep. Lived there for 6 months, then moved back once I was finished. And then just I wrestled around in like the Michigan independent scene and like Ohio and like some Indiana and stuff like that. But like especially at the time, like everything was so unknown. Like even the bigger indies, like were not big. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was very much like almost like a dead zone. Like the first 4 or 5 years of my career practically don't exist. And then eventually, like I got linked up with Scott D'Amore, and then I went and trained at his school some, and I learned a lot there in general, but I also helped him with training as well, which just doing that like kind of like helps you as well. So I think I like kind of in a way polished myself off there, and I had a bunch of like seminars and stuff like that I did, and you know, just to kind of make my way. But yeah, those are most of my training things.
That's crazy. I never knew that. I never knew you had a connection to Scott early on and made your way that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't remember exactly what year it was, and I don't even know exactly how it necessarily transpired. But me and Hakeem Zayn, so Rohit Raju, but at the time he was Hakeem Zayn. We had, I mean, millions of matches, but one of the matches we had was at XICW in Detroit, and Scott was there. I remember him pulling us to the side, and you know, he was just talking us up. And then eventually we did a couple shows for him, and it kind of just snowballed from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
He is definitely one of your favorite opponents and closest
absolutely.
people in the business, which we all get to know.
Yeah.
But you guys finally got to have that match on Impact. I know that was a big thing you both wanted to have.
Right. Well, so kinda. We still got to have it. It was still very cool, but we have to do another one where I'm me and he's him.
Oh, that's right.
He's him now, but I wasn't me yet. So we have to do it again.
Was that a high point though of your career?
Huh?
For you and Rohit? Was that a high point for you and Rohit to get that match though on TV?
No, absolutely, because before we trained, we were backyard wrestlers, so we wrestled in the backyard too. And then it's like almost we're like mirroring each other's careers. Every promotion we go to, like we have a match, or like there's just different heights and heights and heights, and like this is the biggest height, and that's
awesome.
Yeah, we did it here, so
that is so cool.
So Rohit Hakeem is a real good friend of the show here, of mine. I'm gonna have you throw some heat, man. Who can put up more weight? I want you to shoot because he listens.
Me or Rohit?
Yeah. Who can throw more?
What?
You heard it here first. Start tagging him. Let him know. He's going to hear this like tomorrow because he listens like tomorrow.
I also weigh legitimately 100 pounds more than him. So
I want you to throw all the heat you can at him right now and stir this up.
That is some heat. I weigh 100 pounds more than you.
There you go. That's grounds for another match right there. That's grounds for another match.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't like that.
That's cool, man. I'm glad I wanted to mention this. I'm glad your face is still intact after that table spot that we all got to see. Jesus, like what the hell? Like, unreal, man. Yeah. Let's talk Sacrifice though. I want to make sure we get this in. So Sacrifice coming up. We plug Impact Plus all the time on the show because we always tell people like, hey man, it's like honestly, if you're an Impact and TNA fan, it's like the best for $8 a month. Like you legit can't go wrong on this app.
Yeah.
And it's like there's literally a pay-per-view for $8 every month. Like that's happening along with everything else.
And just the amount of old content they have too is just
Did you grow up a TNA fan? Like were you like I mean it's the generation you grew up in. Like did you grow up watching it?
No, absolutely. It was on Fox Sports Net, and it was like maybe on at like 5 p.m. or something like that. Maybe like I'd get out of school and it'd be on, and I just distinctly remember like Monty Brown and P.D. Williams and Chris Sabin and all those dudes.
He threw a name out, guys. And Mark, you're a Michigan guy too. Threw a name out here, Monty Brown, that gets talked about a lot. This is the Michigan guy too, man.
He's awesome.
What are we gonna do? What kind of strings do you have to pull, Jake? Man, what do we got to do?
I have no strings.
Who do we have to talk to?
Jake something versus Monty Brown.
If I had those strings, I would have been pulling them a long time.
I was gonna say Jake versus Monty Brown, the kid I used to watch him on Fox Sports Net every day, coming back from school, and now I'm gonna wrestle. There's a story right there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
But going back to Sacrifice, let's talk about it. So it's this Saturday. It's coming up on Impact Plus. It's going to be on 8:00 Eastern, 7 Central. Just talk about we saw tonight. You got involved in a match that you're going to be on the show. You're involved in something tonight. So if you want to just tell anybody who missed it, what's going on in Sacrifice? What's the deal?
Well, basically, Violent by Design is still doing their thing. Obviously, they're not going to stop. And this time it's with James Storm and Chris Sabin, and clearly Eric Young's going to be ringside. So basically, I will also be at ringside just to make sure that it can be as even as possible. And they're still going to be dirty no matter what.
Mm.
So I'm at least going to be there to, if I have to be dirty too, I don't care. Whatever it takes.
You gotta do what you gotta do. What's it like working with veterans like Sabin and Storm?
I mean, it's awesome. It's really cool.
You grew up watching them. Like, that's kind of trippy.
Too, but being able to, I still think that I have a lot to learn, but it's just cool being able to see them as peers.
Yeah, I imagine for you guys that is pretty trippy. Like, people you watched on TV growing up in the business and before you were in business, like, damn, I'm in a locker room with these guys now. Like, I can like bounce ideas off them. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's very cool.
Especially Michigan. All right, I want you to put Michigan over. Put this scene. I got to anybody listening in the chat. There's a live chat going on here. You guys in the chat who are watching this live, you guys have no idea. There's like a crazy amount of talent coming out of Michigan, and it's like insane. How, like, I don't know, it's the lake water. I'm assuming it's got to be the lake water. We're all Midwesterners.
If we're talking about just Impact alone, like past, Monty Brown, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Rob Van Dam was in and out of there.
Yeah.
Rhino. There's like a very long lineage there. And then right now, you got Rohit. There's people on the indies that are just like on the cusp of now. Like any minute, as soon as they get just one right eye on them, they're going to be exploding. There's Xavier Walker, Palmer Cruz, Carm, obviously we know and love Carm. There's Danhausen's from there. I know he's not a Ring of Honor guy, but I mean, the list really truly does go on and on, so much so to where I will forget 10 different names, 15 different names, and it's just a never-ending list.
It's nuts. And like I tell people all the time, like, pay attention to Michigan Indies, your Twitter, like, because you're training with these guys. It's like, these are your next TV stars, like, coming up. Like you mentioned, they're on the cusp. Like, there's so much.
When I was breaking in, the top guys in Michigan at the time there was still Chris Sabin and everything, Alex Shelley, but Zach Gowen, Jimmy Jacobs, Truth Martini, all those dudes were like still very much in the scene. So it's like, it was almost intimidating because it's like, these guys are on multiple different forms of television all the time. So the Michigan talent pool is very deep.
It is, man. And I got to tell all you guys in the chat, keep an eye on that scene. Seriously, like, it literally is like the people you're going to start seeing next on TV are like coming out of the Midwest, and especially Michigan. It's such a hub of like amazing talent. Yeah. And but yeah, I mean, definitely follow Jake, guys, on Twitter, because he's, like I said, you train with these guys, you're around them. It's a good visual to a lot of them, especially Cara, man. I'm biased. I love Cara. I love me some Cara. Yeah. And I put him over so much. For a non-impact guy, I talk about him so much on this damn show. People are like,
very well.
He does. Exactly.
He's young too. He looks 35, but he's young.
He's young as shit. He looks like a grown ass man.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nuts. It's nuts. Who's got a sweeter beard though? You or Carm? I think I gotta vote Jake on this though.
Okay, well, I would say that he looks well kept and I look like a caveman. So I guess it just depends on what sweeter beard is. I have more hair.
It's in the eye of the beholder, guys. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Very cool, man. Dude, that's awesome. I'm super. I mean, like I said, you and I've got to work together at AEW and stuff, and I personally, have such a. I'm so into your success as a friend. Even beyond being a fan, I love seeing that. And when you did that entrance thing with Moose, we all fucking popped, by the way. Like, we're all watching it.
Oh, with the spotlight. Cool.
Yeah. Was that your idea?
Yeah. Like,
I wish it was my idea.
God, that was badass.
One moment.
If it was my idea at that point in time, I probably wouldn't have tried to pitch it, but it was very cool.
I think I looked at that, and I think we all did, but it was like, that was the moment. That's the arrival of Jake something. Like, that moment, like, I won't forget it as a fan. Like, I watch Impact. I know you guys, but I watch it as a fan. I get to really enjoy this product purely as a fan. And it was like, man, that moment's just one of those wrestling moments. I won't forget it. And I'm super happy it's you. And I was like, shit. Yeah, man, there it is. He's here.
Yeah, I loved it. It was very cool.
Everybody needs to give. Is that a GIF? Can somebody GIF that, and so we can just like use that and as reactions on Twitter? And one of you guys in the chat. Yeah, what's that?
I've used it a time or two.
There we go. Here we go. Everybody start using that. That's a cool like GIF to just like describe a rival or badassery or some shit.
Yeah.
But we said 5 minutes of wrestling talk, then we're talking sitcoms. So go ahead, Mark. Mark's our resident sitcom, and I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, I actually do have. So I see Berserk, all the volumes. I see Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Oh shit! Here we go.
It's like a pile of comics on the end, and nice. Wait, is that Kaneda's bike? What is that?
What's up?
Is it Kaneda's bike? What is that up there? Yeah.
No, so that is, if I can get up there. Those are both from Berserk.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There we go.
There you go. Some Dragon Ball, nice. So I just wanted to see what was on the shelf because that's a nice shelf. I like the shelf more.
Yes.
That basically looks like Mark's office. Like what's behind him, actually. It looks like very similar to what you got behind you, actually.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of anime stuff for the most part. And then up in there, I got a whole other department of like just Star Wars and stuff like that. So
you had a cool
bit of a collector. So
you had a cool set of posters, I remember, of all the different anime posters, right? You still got those?
Somewhere. I don't think I have them up. I've moved a lot, so some stuff is just packed up. But
yeah. Mark, you'd be envious of this collection. This is his department, man.
This is the part I'm more curious about. Yeah, you may have to call Jake back into the studio after the show just to do like room compampations, and we can do room tours. Yeah,
just start trading stuff. Well, cool. No, Jake, I want to start wrapping up because I know we got you we're at the time limit we're gonna have you at. But let's give me one more plug for Sacrifice, and then just let people know where they can find it, where they can find you, follow you, merch, all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, Sacrifice was this weekend, so. You know what to do. It's on Impact Plus. It's basically for free. Like, yeah, it's a very small amount of money. But on my socials, it's at @JakeSomething_. Like, it's all the same wherever I'm at. But yeah, and besides that, you can find me on Impact every week.
Rick, Impact on Access TV, guys. T-shirts. Can we get a Jake Something T-shirt on Shop Impact already? Like, what's going on?
Also,
let's do that. Can you guys in the chat? We got a very active group of Impact lunatic fans in this chat who are like on Twitter. Yeah. Can you guys just like tag the shit out of Shop Impact and just be like, hey, we need a Jake Something T-shirt because he was on Told Nonstop Impact, and
we got to get him a shirt faster than we did Rohit.
Yeah, we started the Rohit petition, man, and we finally got him a shirt.
Finally,
shit happens. People got to talk.
I'm waiting for it then.
All right, it's happening. All
right, let's go.
Start sounding off. But yeah, guys, Sacrifice this Saturday. Are you going to be doing? Tell me, if anybody's going to be doing a math promo at Sacrifice, it's got to be the most muscular guy in the house. I think, Jake, how's your math? Can we do we need something. Forget Steiner math. Steiner math is 10 years old now. We need something math.
Very bad at math.
You know the crazy
I
thing
will
about
not be doing that.
He's a Michigan guy too. Come on.
Yeah.
But,
Steiner's a Michigan too.
Wow. God, no
Michigan's
kidding.
Sweet.
Dude, Michigan's sweet, man. It really is.
It really is. It is in the summer.
Yeah. And it looks at Canada. You can like be in another country from Michigan and within like minutes. You can just be in
another country and immediately want to come back.
But in the meantime, T-shirts, if they can't get a Shop Impact just yet, you have a Pro Wrestling Tees store we can plug?
I do, yeah. If you search Jake Something on there, you'll find me.
Get it, guys. ProWrestlingTees.com, probably /Jake Something. But to go search them out. They got sales all the time. But follow Jake Something _, Twitter and Instagram, correct?
Yep.
Get on there, guys. Connect with Jake. And Jake, man, thank you very much, dude. It was really cool to see you again. I'll hopefully see you in about a month or so.
Cool.
But thanks, man. Thanks for being on. We are huge fans. I'm a huge fan of yours. You are one of my absolute. Personally, man, I think you are the guy. This is the future of this business right here. Is guys like you, guys like Rohit, these guys who, like you said, it just takes those eyes to get on you guys, man. And when it happens, you run with it. You have neither one of you guys has let any of us fans down.
Thank you.
And when the opportunity comes, you guys run with it. And we're so happy for you. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks, Jake. Jake Something, everybody.
Thanks, Jake.
We will see you, man. I'll talk to you later, man.
Much love.
Much love. Thanks, man. Awesome, Jaybone. Make yourself smaller there, Jaybone. Make yourself small. Be humble like that. Be humble. There we go. Right. Beautiful.
There we go.
Awesome. Very nice. Very nice, guys. That was cool. Nice. I love Jake Something, man. He is, honest to God, one of the best in the game today. I think he is absolutely just the dude. He got the opportunity. He ran with it, and we're seeing it now. Like, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Super happy for him. But like we said, Like I said, guys, Sacrifice is this Saturday. We'll be doing a watch along, reaction to watch along, and the simulcasted review between Smash's podcast and Total Nonstop Impact. That'll be going this weekend. So definitely hang out with us.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be doing that. But it's $7.99 a month. Don't forget, it is literally like I've seen people spend more on like fucking shoelaces, man. It's ridiculous. I mean, come on.
That's fair. I bought a pair of shoelaces for $12 once.
See
You're
what I mean?
dead on right.
What the hell are you paying $12 for shoelaces for?
It'll make me sound too bougie. It was back when I had I had a little more income back then, so we won't talk about that.
Mark was
$12 for shoelaces bad enough.
$12 shoelaces. Yeah. Jesus Christ. For $12 shoelaces, Mark, I gotta say.
Who booked this?
You beat me to it.
I had to go back in time and slap the guy who bought those shoelaces.
Nice.
They were orange, by the way.
Yikes. But Jaybone, I assume we got news because there was some new matches at Sacrifice announced tonight. Do you want to go news now? Can we do news?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. Let's kick it off, guys, with some Jaybone's news.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, Jaybone's news. He wasn't ready for me to go to news right now, but he's going to be ready because this jingle's going to be over in like 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jaybone, you're right.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
Well, thank you for the jingle. I always appreciate the jingle.
I like Russo. I talked to Russo today, by the way. I'll get to that later. I talked to Vinny Root tonight, by the way.
He did?
I did. I talked to him.
How is Uncle Russo?
He said he likes your fake wrestling news segment, J-Lo. He's a big
tremendous.
He's a big tremendous. Yeah, he's going to be we're trying to figure out a date for him to come back on. So we were talking. Vinny Rue is in the mix tonight. But go ahead, Dave.
We'll get him back someday.
We will.
All right. So, do you want me to talk about the card, or do you want me to talk about the big news that came at the end of the show?
Start with that, and then work your way back on the card, and just run through the card quick, because there's a lot of that card talk later this week. So run through that card. Yeah.
All right.
Talk about the big news.
All right, so the big news coming out, let me flip through my 10 pages of notes I took here for tonight. So Scott D'Amore, and they teased, this is why. Here's a plug for BTI. This is why you watch BTI, the third hour of Impact Wrestling, because they teased this, right at the beginning of BTI with the Iceman, George the Iceman, in the Iceman Intel. So he said that Scott D'Amore was going to have an earth-shattering announcement regarding Swann versus Moose.
Yeah, that's they hyped it up real nice. Like Mark was texting me, he's like, "Dude, they've hyped this up sweet. Like I'm here for it, right?"
Yeah, great announcement. So really, just from the first moment of BTI, they sprinkled it in through the whole thing, and they kept showing us D'Amore too, like the visual reminder. It was awesome. Good.
Oh yeah,
very well done.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was very well done.
I liked it.
Certainly more. It was a lot better than waiting 3 hours for Lashley to become world champ on another brand. I'll say that much.
Take it easy, calm down. Okay, relax a little bit here.
We're
trying to have a good time here, J-Bone.
But we do like Bobby Lashley.
We do like him. He is. And I gotta say real quick, not to interrupt your news, J-Bone. He put Impact over this past week. You see that?
Did he? No.
He said that his Impact title run, was basically the catalyst to helping him get to that next level where he eventually is now. But like how he's leveled up from what he was to like when he became a main eventer. That was Impact was the transition to main eventing for Bobby Lashley, to become a world champion and to carry a company, things like that. So
nice.
I love that. Yeah. Bill is back, everybody.
Bill's back. All right.
For how long will Bill be here?
Bill, you missed Jake's. You missed Jake's.
He was in and out.
But you saw a little bit. It was kind of like being on the what's the virtual meet and greet that you do?
The virtual.
It's kind of like the virtual meeting. Had to see him say celebration.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, Jake? And my connection's out. Son of a. But go ahead, J-Bone.
All right, so they teased it through the whole BTI and 2 hours of Impact Wrestling in the office, talking to someone. As he's talking to someone, he's got the paperwork there, and Moose is there, and he comes out to meet him, and then Swann comes out there, and he tells them that their match at Sacrifice is going to be a unification for both titles. So there's going to be a world champion then.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I'm really wondering if there's going to be a new belt out of this too. I mean, the belt that Swann is holding now is still fairly new.
Not that old.
No, it's not.
That old.
It's within the last year.
A little bit over. I think it was.
What was that hard to? Was that Hard to Kill 2020? That was the inception of that.
Right before that.
The red one was 2020. Yeah, the same design but blue was prior. Cage had that one.
Yeah, it was and Sami.
And Sami, right?
We don't talk about Cage. No.
Who?
Well, excuse me.
Christian Cage, welcome back, Christian Cage. Not to our brand.
Well, we'll talk about him, sure. Yeah. So and then on top of that, some other news that was brought to our attention that is really shaking things up across a few different brands now. The winner of this match,
crazy. The
winner of the unification match, are you ready for this? Is going to face Kenny Omega at Rebellion. It's title for title.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's big. That is big.
I got, I'm going to tell you guys, I got to reveal it here between my buddies here and all you guys in the chat. I got somewhat bad news for me personally that night. One of the AAW return shows got scheduled on April 24th.
Oh no.
And we're already down a few people.
No.
Right.
Oh no.
I know.
Priorities.
It's we have April 3rd and April 24th, and I tried to see. I'm like, can we move that? I was like, are we able to move this? He's like, well, we kind of bought plane tickets already, but I'm putting it out there to you guys now. I will definitely patch in. So I'm going to leave it to all you guys to handle it. So it's entrusted to the team here to handle the review. I'll patch in like I did for Bound for Glory. I'll come in for a little bit. I'll patch in for like a block or so. So you guys but guys in the chat, it's going to be, I won't be with you for the Vola Rebellion, and I'm going to have to watch when I get home. It's going to be a rough goddamn situation.
Man, this is going to be a huge show.
I know. I'm
wow.
After I saw that
you might want to quit working at AEW. It's a big show, man.
I can't do it.
I'm sick.
I'll just be like working AEW, producing, just keeping my phone, watching Rebellion. Just kind of like watching.
Just like the promo for Impact Plus, you got it on your phone, and you're like,
yeah, true. Look at this, but yeah, I'm putting it out there now. But anyway, go ahead, Jaybone, wrap. But that's a huge announcement. That was a big one,
and we'll talk more about that during the review. But yeah, let's go over the card. If you go to ImpactWrestling.com and click on their events, the full card is on the Sacrifice page. So let's go on the matches real quick. We'll talk more about them. We've got the additions of several matches during the show tonight. Tennille and Caleb with a K versus Havoc and Nevaeh trying to patch things up here.
Yeah.
We got Decay with Rosemary versus Reno Scum. Super stoked for this one. We got VBD with Eric Young versus Storm and Sabin with Jake Something, who was just here. Can't wait for that.
That's a good one. That's a cool one coming up.
Now, this one's interesting. There is a hold harmless match between Eddie Edwards versus Brian Myers, which is basically what? No DQ?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hardcore, yeah.
Hardcore, yeah. Everything, anything goes, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Using these big $5 words, Scott Demore. Jeez Louise. All right. Let's see. X Division title on the line. TJP defending against Ace Austin. But you know what? I have a feeling between now and the weekend that match is going to change.
You think so?
I seriously think that match is going to turn into a three-way.
Yeah, we got a
Tonight,
tease of that.
Yeah.
There was a tease of that. That adds an interesting aspect to it, but we'll expand on that later on.
Yeah. We've got the Knockouts title on the line. Deonna Purrazzo defending against ODB. Bam.
Nice. That's a good one too. ODB to the title.
We got the contract signing tonight over some shot skis. Impact World Tag Team titles defended from the Good Brothers versus Finjuice of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Nice.
The Knockouts Tag Team titles, Fire and Flavor defending against Jordynne Grace and Jazz.
We got a title. We got some Knockouts title defense. I like this. I'm excited about that, to be honest. I want to see these Knockouts belts get defended, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah. And then last but certainly not least, World Title Unification, Richard Swann versus Moose.
Nice. That's
Impact
huge.
World Championship versus TNA World Champion.
Do you guys remember back in the Killer Cross days when he was feuding with Swann, and there was a vignette where Cross came up to Willie Mack. He's like, "Hey Willie, you like jazz music?" And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "You know who likes jazz music? Richard Swann." Richard Swann likes jazz music, and every time Jay calls him Richard Swann, I think back to that. I think it's Vegas, Bill. I think you were there for that. It's like Richard Swann likes jazz music, and Willie's looking at him the whole time like, "What are you talking about?" Like, what? It's such a small vignette, but it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
Killer Cross, what could have been?
What could have been?
Could have been, man. Short but brief time, but it was a fun little run there. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
This right here, oh my God, guys! So they've got the graphic up here.
Yeah,
just look at this. Look at
this. That's historic. And the Don tie-in later, which we'll talk about in just a second.
Oh yeah,
this is crazy. I mean, I want everybody in the chat to think about, when was the last time you had a co-promotional title for title? Japan had to something like this, right? Not in the US. I gotta imagine the last time anything of this magnitude where it was title for title, two completely separate contracted entities.
Way back in the territory days.
Oh, I think Lawler. I want to say, God, it was the AWA title where it was.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's what I'm thinking, right? Right, it was Lawler and oh my God, I'm blanking on who. And it was
Zbyszko. It wasn't Zbyszko.
Not Zbyszko. God damn it, I'm drawing a blank on this, but it was definitely.
I think thinking of the same thing.
I think it's the AWA title. That's what I think was the last time this happened. Because you had a thing where like, this champion showed up here, ECW title was just like Taz had it on Raw and all that shit. But like, it was never title against title from two completely, they're not linked by ownership in any way, shape, or form here. So, wow, trippy, man. Really, really historic.
Yeah. Chat's saying it's Kerry Von Erich in WCCW and AWA.
That's the one. That's it.
There we go.
You're right. Mir, you're absolutely right. That's the one. Eric and Mir, thank you guys. That's exactly it.
Guys. Yeah, nice.
Yep. And me, my eye. Yes, you guys are absolutely right. That is the one. Look at the chat, Pasta Boy. Thank you.
How long ago is that? Von Erich and Lawler. How long ago is that? 89, 88?
88, I want to say.
88?
Decades ago.
Yeah. And the NWA title. Aldous never did it with another national brand like this.
I mean, this is really historic.
It is, guys. It is.
Just when we talk it out and put it in context, that's fucking crazy. 1988, 30 some odd years ago. 32, 33 years
and
ago.
it wasn't on this kind of magnitude either. Keep that in mind. Like you're talking
regional.
You're talking a way bigger reach here, And while wrestling ratings might not be what they were in a heyday or even casual popularity, this is still going to be the most seen version of this type of thing. So I think it's pretty cool. Really cool.
Yeah,
from a fan from a trivia perspective, you're gonna get to see it. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, whether you like this cross promotional stuff or not, you're seeing a piece of history, a moment in history, and nothing else. That's cool.
Because on one hand, I gotta say, like at the end of the day, it is a TV show. Wrestling is a TV show, but there's also there's that sports like feel of it. There's a sports aspect, and this is one of those historic moments. It's like whether it's a TV show or not, this still doesn't happen. You know, it still doesn't normally happen at all.
And I'll say this: we've given, heard, read, been a part of, and defended the level of involvement going both ways.
Yep.
Lots of negatives, I think, have been heaped on the fact that there's been a lot of AEW and New Japan, everybody on Impact, and not a lot of Impact everywhere else. But I will say this: at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah.
These pay-per-view buys are coming home to Impact. They did for Hard to Kill, the biggest pay-per-view we've seen in a long time. This is how Len Asper and Scott D'Amore and Don Callis and all the people responsible for this. This is how we got to where we are now, and they're continuing that. So no matter what I think of the overarching storyline, I'm really glad this is happening at Rebellion. Kudos to Impact Management. Kudos to Anthem for bringing us to this point. Just a fantastic job from everybody all around, and to Tony Khan and AEW. I mean, it takes two, right, to change the world. Maybe three, maybe four. Who knows how many promotions? But this is possibly the first huge moment and the biggest thing to ever happen in wrestling. Maybe. So it's cool. It's a cool time to be here.
Yeah.
It feels legit. It feels old school, like the territory days. Oh, we're getting should we put her? All right, we have an addition to the show.
Alicia's in the house.
It's Alicia.
From the new digs.
From an unfinished kitchen, a new, still being unloaded kitchen.
There we go.
Work in progress. Work in progress.
Where's
We
our
can actually move around now, so that's something.
Does this kitchen have a window where we're going to hear an animal clawing at the window or squawking at the
window? No, I don't think so. There's no roofs, but who knows? We're in the wilderness now, so I mean, the geese fly so low you can hear the vibration in their feathers. If that's any indication of what's to be expected.
Just don't step in the goose poop.
It's the worst. We had Jake on, Alicia. You missed Jake.
I know.
Yeah.
I've missed all the cool people.
You missed Willie too. Damn it.
Yeah.
We're living adult life will do, guys. You get to miss wrestling podcasts. You know, big deal. You have to miss a wrestling podcast to be an adult. Don't worry about it, Alicia. It's fine.
It's good.
They'll be back. They'll all be back.
Oh yeah.
But Jaybone, anything else on the news front?
No, that's about it. I had like one small thing, but everything else that I just talked about completely eclipsed it. So no, nothing major.
Alicia, they want to do a TNI Cribs episode of your new place.
Okay, I'm not opposed to it. Just let me get some more things unpacked. I haven't even unpacked my makeup.
Awesome. Did you they want to get your opinion on this one thing? Did you see the show tonight? Were you able to catch it, or are you still
yeah, I watched a lot of it in my car while eating Wawa's mashed potato bowl.
Nice. Wawa food. That's awesome.
That's a hardcore Impact fan right there.
Yeah, man.
Give us they want to hear your take on this whole like Kenny versus winner of Moose and Swann, like cross promotion aspect. You and I probably the most critical of the cross promotion out of our group here, but honest opinion, we're shooting straight here on this. They want to hear what you think.
I sometimes shoot too straight. That's the problem.
I think that's why they like you. I think that's why these lunatics like you, because you don't bullshit. So
I'm not into it.
Oh.
In basic terms, I'm not into it, and of course, I'm always the shit on the parade gal. But no.
All right.
Respect everybody who does. I'm sure, it's going to be entertaining regardless. But
how about from the historic aspect of things? Kind of like
I think that's a pretty good indicator that it's going to be great. But I don't know. I'm not on the BuzzFeed with it, so
it's understandable because you've got Impact fans that are looking across the way, like, oh, so that guy's coming over to our pay-per-view. And it's title for title. Whereas now, of course, I'm an AEW fan too, but for AEW fans, they're like, "Oh, our champ's going over there. Wonder what he's gonna do?" You know, and we've seen some of that already in past pay-per-views. So no, there's a lot of different opinions to be had out there. So no, it's all good, you know. I mean, yeah. I think I look at it as I think it's great for wrestling. It's gonna bring even more people to the table before. I should say than before, since this whole crossover thing has, slowly come into, but all this was build up for that. It's just been a long road. So
glacial.
Oh, it's not. It's going to be a lot longer. Like, I mean, I'm totally on the opposite side. I love this, but if it ends up a year from now and like nothing's happened, my opinion will change. But 2 years from now, if Moose is holding the AEW world title, I'll have the same opinion I do now because we'll have gotten to the point I wanted it to get to. But it just all depends on where they go with it.
Yeah, it's all gonna come down to. I mean, it's a wait and see. But it's a weekly kind of like enjoy it and see what happens. We don't know.
For everybody. Not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's, going to hate it. It's just,
right.
It's all depends on how you feel about it.
Which is nice. They've got the tag team belts involved. They're going to involve the women. Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. There's no guarantee that one promotion comes out looking the best. Maybe I already think that our Impact tag team division looks like the best tag team division in the world because everybody's flocking to Impact to get those belts from the best tag team in the world who are being like monsters everywhere. So to me, it legitimizes at least our tag team titles as the top in the world, which I think the Knockouts title is the top in the world too, but maybe not across like, the way it's being legitimized. I think they're doing a great job with tag belts is my point. Maybe better than the world title scene so far.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anything else, Jaybone? Or we can jump in the review?
No, let's jump in the review.
All right. We kicked it off. Let's just start real quick. The BTI match was TJP and Madman Fulton. Good to see Fulton back out wrestling again. He's not getting too many matches lately, so it's kind of cool to see him back.
Yes.
BTI, we're not going to break down BTI obviously, but like one thing to let everybody know, it's if you're missing it, they have exclusive interviews on BTI, stuff you're not seeing anywhere else. And then the Iceman had some news. There was some news today though with the Iceman though. There was he dropped a little something tonight.
Yeah, so, that's why I said that's why you got to watch BTI. It's because they started the stuff with Scott D'Amore here right at the top of BTI with the Iceman intel with the George Iceman dropping that teaser. Like, Scott D'Amore's got this news, and we had to wait till the end of the third hour, but it was huge news. So
don't miss BTI. Plus, friends of the show, the lovely Gia Miller, and then John Burton looking great.
Wow,
I think $1 million on that show.
Those shoes,
the shoes.
If on Thursday we call out Don West wardrobe, we have got to shout out John Burton's white shoes, looking just so sharp,
pristine white shoes.
But very clean.
TJ and Fulton had a great back and forth. It was it was just furthering the TJ Ace story, basically, but you got Fulton some action out of it, which I like. So it was cool. It's just good to see Fulton back out there.
It was good to see Fulton booked dominant. That nip up into chokeslam shit.
Dude,
all day.
Cool.
Give me that in my veins. Book more Fulton. Book him like a monster. Yeah, TJP won, but Fulton looked really good in this first match back in a while. And super shout out to Stryker on commentary with the slap boxing in Poland and Romania reference. Dude, Stryker is a gem. That guy's a gift.
He's crazy.
Man. He's so good. But no, overall good match. I mean, nothing really much to break down other than I think Fulton looked great. So always good to see him back wrestling again. But that was that. Anything else from BTI you guys can think of they want to point out?
Fulton had a little bit of promo time too.
Yes. I was going to say that.
That's
it was
right.
good to hear him have more time to talk. It's putting more depth into his character, which I like to see.
You just need those reps, right? You just need give him the mic, give him a nice 17-minute match or whatever. It was a long match too.
Yeah, it was great.
Give him a nice long match.
And that's an area that BTI is excelling in is promos. Everybody's getting work in on BTI, which is great. All furthering storyline, all ties into the main show. Extra time on TV for everybody. Awesome.
I like it.
Yeah,
I do
love it.
Good stuff.
I will say one minor, my first negative thing I could possibly say about BTI. Mm-hmm. The D'Lo and Josh segment kind of pulls me out of it because it's done via Zoom or whatever, and it doesn't match the rest of the show.
I think they're trying to fill some content. Yep,
it just feels like kind of wedged in. Like remember how Aftershock was? But that was the whole show. This is just one segment that feels, it just kind of feels out of place. But minor
I think on that note, bring back Around the Ring. You know, why not? Let's throw that back on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, keep making it's a 5-minute segment, really. So I don't know, put Benzer back on this.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Let's do that. I'm down for that.
Well, it's somewhat. Some would say that maybe we are the Around the Ring, considering how many times we have people on the show.
That's true. Good point. How about
Sorry,
that?
Penzer. Sorry, no, but love Penzer. Sorry.
You know, Penzer came on the show one time. He wouldn't put his camera on. You know, and I'm thinking you've been in the front of the camera for 30 plus years. You won't put your camera on TNI. We need a redo from Penzer. Mark, I want you to stir it up on Twitter.
All right,
I
got him.
Mission accepted.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I can understand. I don't come on camera unless I'm waxed. So.
Penzer's got hair.
Same here. Wait.
No, Mark.
No. Cut his camera. I've never seen.
Hey, this is a family show, fellas.
You guys always say that.
We don't need to show off. The mankini scape. No, it's no.
Are we sponsored by Manscaped? Manscaped, where are you? Can we get a sponsorship here?
Some days.
We should, because they sponsor wrestling podcasts. Because apparently wrestling fans are hairy. Every wrestling podcast.
Should.
Yeah, every wrestling podcast has a promo code for Manscaped. I think we should just ask them, can we get one too? Because why not?
And
There's a lot of bush in the wrestling community.
we even have a woman to pitch it. Everybody else is men pitching.
I want one.
There we go.
Come on, give me a razor.
All right,
we need to contact Manscaped. That's it.
For his and hers, I guess.
Why not? Why not?
Very nice.
Manscaped, you heard it here first. This took a whole different turn. My goodness.
we need some sound bites. I can't do the sound bites, but someone's got to step up here, man. This is right for everything. We got Zach Morris here. We got
this is horrible.
Yeah, fucking horrible.
Oh man,
they just don't let me have any access to any.
Me neither.
You told us not to give you access because you'd be ridiculous with it.
Me too.
But I guess the one that constitutes what this conversation is.
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
That wouldn't work.
I love Sting.
I love Sting.
God.
I love Sting.
I don't know what they're doing with him now. I haven't tuned in, but oh man, some of his past gimmicks just get me so much.
You can catch that review on Smash's podcast.
Oh well, I guess I'll have to watch that after we finish up here, huh?
I'll say this is totally unrelated to current Impact. He looks good for his age.
Sure does.
He always did.
I'm happy that. Cross my fingers every time he gets physical, but man, it's nice to see Sting back.
Oh yeah.
I've never met anybody who actually doesn't like Sting.
No, that's impossible.
If you don't, there's something wrong. But anyway, we love you, Stinger. Let's kick off the show, guys. We opened up knockouts action. Tasha with Kiera in her corner, taking on Jazz and Jordynne in her corner. So this is just furthering this. We got the tag match that Jay talked about at Sacrifice for the tag team knockouts tag team titles. Got a little solo thing. What's up, Jay?
One thing is we got a Sacrifice match announcement during BTI too, so that just gives even more relevance to BTI. Just real quick, they talked about Havoc and Nevaeh trying to patch things up, and they decided they're going to team up with each other against Tennille and Caleb with a K. So we got that. That was one of the big things coming out of BTI. So.
Am I crazy? The Havoc and Nevaeh one, the little segments that they do backstage when they're talking to each other. Am I crazy, or do they end on like a word where you think there's going to be more to it? Because like they almost feel like they're starting another sentence, kind of like when Jay, when I break your balls about when you're like, yeah, and there's a wrestling match that, and I'm like, that what? You're like, no, it was a match. I'm like, but that what? What you said that what? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like
I haven't noticed it.
Actually, now that you say it, it perfectly pinpoints what I thought was awkward about that exchange back.
It was.
I was like, what's weird about this? Yeah.
They ended in a way where I'm like, you're gonna say something else, right? Because it was kind of like, okay, and
exactly.
And then
exactly.
It sounds like we got a plan, and like they're nodding. I'm like, got a plan. Okay, cool. I'll see you on Saturday at Sacrifice, right? Like, I mean, where's the other part of that sentence? Jaybone, I think they must be listening to you on Smash's podcast.
I think it's distant cousins, honestly.
But yes, so like I said, it goes back to that. There's exclusive promos that are just on BTI, so watch BTI for that. And it's a third hour of Impact, basically. So
it is.
There's a reason not to miss it. But yeah, Tasha with Kiera in her corner against Jazz, and Jordynne in her corner. Awesome as always. Jazz never ceases to amaze me, Alicia. She's such a badass. Like Jazz,
powerhouse, totally.
Every week she gets cooler to me. Like I don't know. I think she just like she came out today. Like full on, like I fucking own this.
That entrance was awesome,
right? She had new, Jazz has like I never heard this music that played today.
That music, I wrote it down. That music's perfect for her.
It was cool, yeah. She had new music, and she strutted out there like, "What's up, bitch?" You know, like I got this shit.
Well, she does. Why wouldn't she? The confidence. Oh, I'm here for it.
Total.
I'm just glad she's here with us, and you know, giving these young bucks a run for their money.
Hell yeah!
No, she looked cool. She did win. She got a win on this one. She pinned.
Tasha looked the best she's looked though in this match. Tasha looked strong in this match. In a loss, I thought she controlled the tempo and the pace. I thought she used she used almost all of her repertoire. She just looked really good and fluid. I mean, we know Jazz is Jazz, but like Tasha's an up and comer, and she looked good in there with Jazz. Really good in a singles match.
Yeah, definitely. Tasha and Kiera are just I feel so up on them that they're going heights.
Sky's the limit.
Mark's rocking his Tasha headband though too, right? There you go.
That's right.
Cool.
And I gotta mention every week. I think if you guys are not following Tasha, she's like this badass and like this tough chick on TV, but she's absolutely gorgeous. Like her photo shoots are gorgeous. She's beautiful. Like check out, support her Patreon, support her. Like where was she selling the exclusive photo? Is it a Patreon, Mark, where she's doing those?
No, she's got a big cartel.
So support that. If you're a fan of hers, like absolutely, like Mark, you got a bunch of merch, right? There you go.
Yeah, again, if you're a fan of anybody, like
support
them.
Yeah. Now's the time
any
to do
format, seriously.
Yeah, but her
None
last
of this stuff even fits me. It's all too small. That's all right.
That's real love right there, man. That's love. But no, that's cool. So that was it was a great match. They all look great. Jazz looked fantastic. I just love, like Alicia said, I love that she's here with us and she gets to be such a veteran there. I think it looks pretty good for them at Sacrifice. We'll see. We'll see what goes on there. But anything else to add on this one? Anybody other notes other than her badass entrance too? It was pretty good opener.
Yeah, it was a good opener.
Great
good to open with a knockouts match. I like opening with a knockouts match.
First time we've actually had a knockouts opener. It's been the X Division.
Recently,
Back to the old school.
Nice to switch it up.
Yeah,
it's classic though. Like the opening with an X Division match is always like a TNA staple for a long time. So, kind of I see where that fits in. Real quick backstage, me and Gia with ODB. Just talking about the Knockouts Championship match coming up at Sacrifice, but then Susan interrupts her, and I love this because she's fucking heated, and she's like,
Karen.
she's like, you can't. What did she say? Like, you can't keep ripping my clothes apart. So she's like, you can't keep ripping my sleeves off or something.
Yeah, I forgot she did that.
Like, you can't keep ripping my sleeves off. I'm not dealing with this. So she challenges her later tonight.
There was a lot of good little one-liners in this. Like right when ODB comes up, she slaps Gia on the ass. And Gia look at it.
Like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Ma'am.
And then at the end, ODB's drinking and she offers something.
Oh my God.
And Scoop's like, I'm at work. And ODB's like, me too. Bam.
I love it. I love her so much.
I was fucking rolling. ODB rules so hard. She's another one like Sting. Like if you don't like ODB, like you should stop watching wrestling.
Go home. Stop watching wrestling altogether. She's the best.
Yeah.
I need one of her shirts.
Yeah. I wonder if they'd reissue that classic one of hers that they
should.
The army tank top one, or she had a couple of shirts for a while.
Start selling her sauce too.
Yeah, why are they selling her sauce? That should be on sale.
She did plug the truck.
Yeah, she plugged the truck.
She plugged the truck. So is she going to actually for real set up at Skyway and like people can go down and meet ODB and other
Yeah.
wrestlers
What
and stuff. Yeah,
From what I
that's
understand,
cool.
she was set up there, and everybody was eating from the truck. From what I understand, what I heard, we should have asked Jake to confirm that when we had him on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, Bill told me that she was not in Florida, so I think that probably, and I think she probably went from Florida to Nashville.
Yeah. We just go to D'Lo and Stryker real quick. They talk about the big announcement later. Just kind of hype that up, and then it's in how it's in regards to Moose and Swann. So a little bit of that. Now backstage is very interesting. This is we got Trey and his student Sam Beale, who a lot of people don't know. Have you guys ever heard of Sam Beale? I knew him. Okay, I don't think anybody's heard of him.
Other than
week,
his, that's last week. That's it. Yeah.
He's a total rookie, man. Like Sam Beale is like, I mean he's a year one guy. I got to meet him in either October or November at AAW. He came with Trey. He's one of Trey's students.
Yeah.
And he came with Trey, and he was like, I think he worked the dark match. And he cut a promo. We had him do a promo backstage. And I'm like, damn, this kid's got something. Like he's young, but I'm like, you can see it.
Tell, Yeah,
he's got something to him. You're like, yeah, this kid's got something. And he showed up last week on the gym side. I'm like, what the fuck? Like Sam Beale. And then today he actually had a segment, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So
I thought that was nuts too.
It doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's a super, like he's a in training rookie. Like, he just got TV time and a match.
Yeah. Down the road.
But like, I'm kind of down for this. I'm kind of down for like interjecting a random, you've never heard of kind of guy. Yeah. Just kind of like shit, man.
It's great. It's great experience, and I gotta say, I'm mildly jealous of his head of hair.
Oh, it kind of looks like I mean, Jaybone. Everybody picture Sam Beale, and I want you guys to look at this right on camera right here.
Jiminy Christmas.
I can see why you're jealous, Jaybone. You had the same hairstyle as Sam Beale.
It's too bad that Bill isn't here. He's an expert on these really great young guys that come on to the main show for a match, like Matthew Palmer, who I know Bill's a big fan of. You could discuss Palmer's contribution as opposed to the contributions of Sam Beale here, which were quick.
This kid's got something. I'm telling you, keep an eye on him. He's got a confidence to him. He looked good. Like he knew how he was talking about. Like you could tell, I'm like, they basically said, here's your opportunity. Now go kill it. And he did. And he did, right? He took it. And I was like, he looked good. I liked it though. He was like,
he lasted a minute.
No, I'm talking even in the backstage thing where he's talking about how like,
that's where he got his real shine. In the ring, he got smashed, but he got his real shine backstage.
He's like, I knew Sammy. Sammy said you wouldn't have any guns. Like you don't have the heart.
Well, he's gotten to speak twice.
He's helped fuel the storyline between Trey and Sami, and he did a good job.
I liked it, man. It was cool.
To get to speak on TV twice is probably a bigger deal than getting to wrestle once for less than a minute, I would think.
Right. And then so he challenged Trey to a match, and they're gonna have it later in the evening. So that was super cool, super cool. Definitely happy for this kid. We got a little promo of Rich and Moose just hyping up the match at Sacrifice. It's been built well. I think this match has been so much in the making that I'm like, everybody's ready for it at this point. So it was just a quick little promo. It's been floating around. Go ahead, Mark.
I think too, that pack in the middle in the build they've been doing with the announcement of the Omega match, I think there's a lot of interest in Moose Swann because of who's going to face Omega. I think we're going to see a lot of non-Impact watchers for Sacrifice that we wouldn't have normally seen, just because the build has been really good for Rich and Moose. For a long time too. The Rich Moose build has really been 6 months?
I'm ready for this pot to boil over.
Same. I mean,
let's get it.
Yeah, because they started crossing paths and intermingling before Bound for Glory, if I remember correctly, like a little bit. So it's a long, good build.
6 months.
Is gonna be crazy. Do we think we get a finish though to this at Sacrifice?
You have to do it. I think if you don't finish it at Sacrifice, you're gonna upset a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
us included. We're like, what? But no, you're right. 6 months, right, Alicia? Like this thing's been going on a while.
Yeah.
So
this lobster is cooked.
Yeah.
Time to eat.
Time to eat. Let's eat. That's sacrifice.
It is.
We have
this is what Impact does best for us, though, right? Is build up these big feasts. And then
slow burns. The slow burns. See, in this case, though, I'll let it slide. There's just some storylines where the slow burn is absolutely necessary, and this is one of them.
Yeah. This has been a good one.
They were just establishing so much at this point, you know. And I want everybody in the chat, though. I want you guys in the chat to sound off on this. How did you like the build? It was a long build. This required you to really dig in, really invest, and become hooked. Did you guys get hooked, or did you stay the whole ride? Did you ever get frustrated during any of that? I want to hear what people are saying in the chat too. Go ahead, Mark.
This goes even further back, actually, to before when Rich got hurt at Bash of the Brewery 2, because they were already crossing paths before that when he was tagging with Willie. Like this is like, if you include Rich's injury, this is like 18 months worth of build. Now that I think about it, like I have to go back. But dude, this is long form storytelling. This is good shit. Like this is dude. Really wow. Like it just occurred to me that Rich was hurt for so long. Because remember, they kept him on TV, like with Reno Scum showing up at his house. Oi, 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 Scum on the sacrifice this weekend. But yeah, man, they've done a hell of a job.
That's cool. I didn't think about that.
Me neither. Yeah.
But yeah, guys in the chat, sound off, and I'm curious what you guys think about that. All right, we get one of the featured matches of the night was Rohit and Shera taking on Beer Guns, James Storm, and Chris Sabin, the old guard of TNA. This was interesting because I mean we love Rohit, obviously. All these guys, I mean everybody worked hard. You could see obviously they went with the whole Shera story, like Shera and Rohit kind of falling out a little bit. Jay, they were kind of like, you already seen the chinks in the armor, right? And it's like, which we see it boil over afterwards. But we're like, I don't know, man. I don't know where any of these guys are going at this point now. Now I'm lost on the whole thing.
I had a feeling this was happening, and this goes back a couple months to when we were doing the last episodes of Explosion, where we had so many in a row of Shera doing those matches. You know, you had like dark matches, whatever you want to call them. I had a feeling that when we were watching those, I'm like, this is priming him for a build. Then they put him with Rohit to launch, like, okay, he's officially back on TV. And, you know, they keep calling him the lion and all this stuff. They're really building him up. And I feel like so everybody's allowed their own opinions, but I really feel like this is the best Shera's been in a long time. I feel like his time away working on his craft, and they talked about this. Stryker talks about this all the time. Went down, worked with Al Snow, worked on his craft, came back, and he's a fresh new guy. Is he worth $1 million? No, but he's absolutely has improved. And I have a feeling that they are going to break him out in a monster babyface role sooner than later.
He is. I always liked him, old school, like when he was a face, when he was with Grotto and stuff. Yeah. Like I liked that personality on him, but like with his new image and everything, it would be interesting to see him as a face because he has been heel since he's been reintroduced.
Is it Odark? Because he's also owes my money.
Money? Because he can be a baby face and not go back to goofy Shera, you know?
Oh,
you know
yeah. It would be set a little more realistic. I would like to see a lot of the comedy kind of simmer down a little bit and see more serious stuff. Not like drama, but you know what I mean?
Especially when you look like that. You're that big and you're that jacked. I mean, you should be more...
He's being properly booked now.
Yes. I think it took a while, but he's also better now than he ever was. That's the thing.
Oh my God! In the ring, he doesn't look like he's going to hurt somebody every time out anymore. Like, before, he visibly needed a lot of work in the ring. Yeah, clearly he's put the time in to get better. Mm-hmm. I mean, if Shera's back for good, and I do believe he's re-signed, yes, on a new contract. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything specific.
Okay. Well, he's back. It looks like he's here at least to stay. I'm glad he's improving. working at it and becoming an important part of the Impact roster. He just really had trouble finding his footing before. I'm open to see what Shera is going to do. I do agree, though, that coming out of this, we're lacking a direction maybe for these two, unless it's already a split, which was really fast.
My question is what, not even question, hypothetically, what if they're not going to split them, but the role's going to reverse where Rohit takes the backstage? You know what I mean? Like,
he plays second to Shera, you mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, it'd be interesting enough, but who knows? I feel like this one's going to be surprising. We're always like, oh, where's this going to go? And then they hit us with it. And we're like, oh, shit, why didn't we?
True.
Well, as a group, we've never been more wrong about somebody than Rohit about 8 months ago. So,
yeah.
So who knows?
Fair enough.
It could go anywhere.
Fair enough. No, it's I'm curious what they do with beer guns though. They did the tag title attempt. They didn't get that. I don't know. I don't know where they go. Are they just kind of a novelty?
Ingrid's still here.
Ingrid,
she's still here. I was wondering.
Ingrid's here. Ingrid's listening the whole time. Just waiting to kill. I'm gonna shoot. I'm a shooter. I've never been a fan of Shera. I really can't do it, and everybody knows why I'm not right now. Okay, everybody knows. We talked about it with Jake. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not gonna hide. Okay, all right. His name is Carm, and he's a handsome-looking 24-year-old dude who can run circles around this guy, and that's all it is. Okay,
say it with your chest.
That's all it is.
Tell us how you really feel. You like Shera? Like somebody, Jaybone, give him the freaking at least the little gun.
I don't. Yeah, give me the little gun. Give me the gun. Give me the gun. We need like a little baby gun in the gun. The shots fired. But no, I don't like hate Shera. Because what happens later is what bothers me. They already like they already broke them up.
The timeline is a little bit
or established dominance over the other.
Yeah,
that can be read in different ways.
Right.
Oh man,
like,
Alicia, you should just stop. He's gonna have like
the pissy became the pisser.
Dude, you're gonna send Trent into like an absolute downward spiral.
With love and peace. Rohit will always be the best. We all know this.
We love him.
6 million views on YouTube, says Ingrid.
As long as it doesn't become like the classic cartoon of the little yipper dog following around the bulldog, like, hey, what are we gonna do today? Huh? What are we gonna do today? You know?
Oh God, let's not do that.
But that wouldn't be terrible. If anything, they'll break them up and they'll just go their own way. I don't feel like Rohit's done with the X Division yet. Like,
we need one more title run out of him with the X Division.
Yeah, it's too good.
Way too good.
I thought we were going to get it. I think we all thought we were going to get that second run almost right away. So now we thought so.
But then Gama's going to come back and beat the shit out of all of them.
He's going to make them smoke his hookah weed.
Yes. Oh man,
and put them all out of their asses.
Is that we still have that soundbite in here? I think we do.
Yeah, we do.
We do, right? Oh no, it's gone.
No.
Oh man, Kyle, you scumbag! You got rid of the Gama good stuff sound bites.
No.
Damn, how could you do that to us?
For real,
son of a bitch, Kyle. Well, you know what? We do have this, and I'm going to play this for Kyle because he got rid of one of the best sound bites ever had.
That son of a bitch.
Screw you, Kyle, man.
Yeah.
You need the Gama in there. But anyway.
Get in here, Kyle. Take your lumps like a man.
Take your lumps.
Sabin and Storm do win this one. I wonder. Beer guns look great. Where do you go? I mean, they are a great nostalgia act, though. They
fucking love them. What do you mean, where do you go? They're marching to the tag team. Keep them in the tag division. They're fucking awesome together.
They're just the beer guns until Shelly's back, right?
I guess, yeah.
Dude, keep them the beer guns until then. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm not opposed to this.
Yeah.
They look fantastic together.
What do you mean, what's next? Keep the motherfucking beer guns together. Let them kick ass because they're hilarious together.
And Storm's on the roster page.
Is he officially?
That's cool.
Whoa.
I like that. Good boy, Storm.
Well, I'm not going to overthink that, but that is cool. It's like Taurus is on there. Like I thought Taurus was going to be on for a couple shows and then out. He's on the roster page. James Storm is on the roster page. This is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, shit. James Storm's on the roster page again.
Cocktail hour, brother.
Nice.
Maybe somebody from Impact can confirm if Storm is like actually back. Oh,
We
that's
could.
awesome. I didn't
Either way,
realize.
he's here. He's here for
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah,
I'm with it.
I'm with it too.
Very cool. So we'll see where they end up going with that. Backstage, Decay and Reno Scum get a challenge in for Sacrifice. I guess it's going to be Taurus and Steve with Rosemary in the corner, right? Or I thought I missed her. Did they challenge all three? Was it a handicap?
They challenged all three. I don't know what that's going to look like in the ring. I hope Rosemary's in the match.
It's with Rosemary's at ringside.
Okay. Initially, it sounded like they were challenging all of them.
Well,
that's true. That's true. But
they do have an intergender match on the card already.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, okay. So that was, and then we mentioned at the top of the show, the whole Sacrifice card as it stands today. And also, if you guys are just joining us, if you missed Jake something at the top of the show, Jake was on for about 25 minutes with us. Go back and go check out Jake's interview. It was really cool to learn. We learned a lot about Jake that I didn't even know, even after working with him and stuff. I didn't know a couple things about him. So it's cool just to learn about him, where he came from, where Jake something originated from, so you guys can kind of get a little insight to that.
I caught that he's an anime fan.
He is.
Yeah.
Mark was popping. Mark was just
it dovetailing right out of Jake and into next week with this match. I do have an announcement. Can I make my announcement for our next week?
Oh man, we got tea. Is that what they call it? I guess
I actually have news for next week.
You have news? You want to announce it now? Okay, announce it.
Alicia and I were both in the treehouse. Yeah, I've booked someone. Didn't I tell you guys? I booked somebody.
Oh, who?
Yeah, next week.
Spill the beans.
It's fucking Adam Thornstowe. Reno Scum. Oi. Fuck yeah. And maybe if there's time, we'll have Luster too. Maybe.
Oh really?
Cool.
Are you working on a dual booking here? Look at you.
Maybe. But so Thornstowe's confirmed. So, dude, it's time to get Reno Scum to the top. Fuck all these tag teams from other companies. Reno Scum for Impact World.
Tag run.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Reno Scum all day.
This has been their best run over the course of the last year.
Yeah.
And they stand out, man. They don't look like anybody in the tag divisions anywhere. And that really adds to the fact that they're so skilled in the ring. Come on, let's give them a push.
Hell yeah.
Excited. So Thornstowe next week, guys. Don't miss it. You heard it here first.
I'll tune in. I'll check it out.
Even he's gonna be there. Shit, man. What? Awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool.
I'm not gonna lie, Mark. I love you, but I thought for a second maybe you were gonna announce
Oh shit!
That's the machine gun of the night. That's the machine gun of the night.
Wow.
That's the machine gun of the night. Just
wow.
That's the machine gun of the night.
That's the machine gun of the night?
That's the machine gun of the night.
Even I'm low-key just like shook.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
the shade.
the night.
Jaybone throwing heat. Holy shit! Should we give him the gun? I guess
it's the Don and Kenny gun. That's
I guess that's
actually
fitting,
that
right?
gets both the guns.
Both guns.
All the guns.
Dude,
give me Kenny and Don.
Well, let's give. I think we should give him his own gun. Don't we give him? I mean, that's kind of
give him both guns.
We'll give him his own gun first. Oh, I guess it was the single shot, but then the kill shot has to be the Kenny and Don. I guess that's fitting.
Bang! Yeah.
Bang.
That's the best part. And then Kenny's like just the still fade out. Yeah.
Damn, Jaybone. Fuck did that come from?
Dude, that was great. Jaybone, that was
I can't even claim putting in that. I think that was Kyle's doing. He put a few
Careful,
new ones
you're gonna
in there.
get copyright struck.
That's another one.
We're done. Show's over.
I think
I just got canceled.
Yeah, I think that deserves a shot too. Wow,
man! Shout out to Callihan. We love you, brother.
Callihan, man, he doesn't make the show. I mean, Mark definitely. We went from scumbag to uncle over here with Mark taking the Callihan seat. But man, I gotta say, that kid pops in and drops some weird some tea in there for us to spill on the show sometimes.
Yeah. No, look,
Right.
I you can go on my channel, Smash This Podcast, and watch my review. It was 99% positive. The end was just confusing as hell. So that's all I'm
on
going to say.
Jaybone's review, he was like, "Oh, and something's happening, and there's some fire." What? Eddie King. And it was just silent for like a minute, and I'm not watching. I'm just listening to Jaybone, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, what's happening?"
God,
I had so much energy, and that was the end. And then I was just kind of like,
yeah. And I'm like, what happened? It was so exciting, and he was yelling and popping, and then he was like, and then wait, what?
Antiques Roadshow, man.
They want the whole bazooka on that one, Jay. They want the full unload clip machine gun on that sparkler. That's what they're asking.
Unloaded.
Woo!
All right, let's give them. All right, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna move on. The full unload.
I don't.
What are you doing at the end of that video? What is like that whole deal at the end like that? Well, I never.
It's just a constant reminder why I don't drink lives.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway.
All right, we're backstage.
I don't drink anymore. I legit don't drink anymore. Period. So.
We're backstage, and it's Violent by Design. They're talking to Diener. He's coming out beaten up, kind of broken down from like being disciplined essentially. Doring is there with Young, and then Sabin and Storm come up. And what I missed here? What do you guys can remind me? What did I miss? What was the catalyst of them attaching themselves to this? Like, what did Sabin and Storm say to hook onto this story? Like, where they ended up eventually getting beat down for it? Like, what was the?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Storm, just when they walked up, Storm was like, you know better than this. We've been around a long time. Like, what happened to you? You shouldn't be treating anybody like this. I'm going to do something about it. And that was basically good guy, bad, good versus evil type stuff.
What was cool, Jay, was that it's old school, right? It's like it's Storm, Sabin, EY, like it's the old school TNA guys.
And it was they were trying to stick up for Diener because they were really hazing the shit out of him because of these losses lately. Mm-hmm. So, but it backfired because Diener was the first one that attacked both Sabin and Storm. So he's it's like, no, he's Diener's still all in on this. He's taking his licks and he's learning his lessons. And
I like the new Diener though. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah,
I like the new.
I mean, yeah. It's a long step from Cody Diener.
It's a refresh of his character.
Sometimes it's necessary, and in this case, he took the ball and ran with it. He's doing a really good job.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I like this that we're in the store with these guys now, which is pretty cool.
But we also have to remember that Cody Diener is an old school TNA guy. Like,
oh, he is too. Yeah.
So he fits in good with this storyline. I mean, it's kind of weird that a lot of people would kind of be like, "Oh, he's the young guy," like, but really, no.
True.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
He's ODB's ex-boyfriend. Come on.
You forget about that.
True story.
ODB was also married to Eric Young. ODB was kind of dated around Bound by Design.
She got that sauce. Bam.
Bam. Can we once again just say how awesome it is that ODB's back?
I love her.
Rules. She's so fun.
It all makes sense now. She waited so long for Eric to bring the chicken that she was like, screw this. I'm never getting my chicken. I'm just going to start my own damn food truck. It all makes sense now.
And then technically Joe Doring did wrestle a match in like 05 in TNA. So
I mean
they're all
making connections here, eh?
I thought you were implying that Doring and ODB crossed paths.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's like
they dated too.
Doring also dated.
Let's set this one up. Mark, I'll let you set it up because you
took
the detail. Demore Myers, you're the legal, you're the uncle, so set up the legal stuff here.
You know what? I have horrible notes on this section. I'm sorry. All I wrote down was the Demore and Myers. were talking off because I came in from out of the room. Demore was talking about you love ECW. Why don't you be in some kind of rules match? And I can't remember what the hell the name of it is. I'm screwing this segment up because my notes are awful. Jaybone, can you please possibly help me out with the name of this match?
Oh, it's
the Hold Harmless match.
Hold Harmless. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so and then so Myers says, well, yeah, of course I want to be in a Hold Harmless match. And Demore's like, well, great, since we're gonna book you in that. And he's like, cool, what is it? It's a hardcore match, man, no rules. It's like ECW. You love ECW. It's gonna be awesome against Eddie Edwards. And Myers is like, okay, well,
he thought it was submission. He thought Hold Harmless was submission, and then Scott was like, no, it's not submission. No, it's anything goes.
Okay.
Well, let's if we want, we can actually give the actual legal definition because he said it's a legal term. And
hold harmless.
Hold harmless. The hold harmless clause is a statement in a legal contract that absolves one or both parties in a contract of legal liability for any injuries or damage suffered by the party signing the contract. So it's a business may add a hold harmless agreement to a contract when the service being retained involves the risks that the business does not want to be held responsible legally or financially.
And that's perfect because Brian Myers is doing all this legal BS lately with Sterling. Is that the lawyer's name? Yeah. So that makes perfect. Yeah. It makes perfect sense now that Scott would come up with this because he's had the trouble with the eye and everything, and he's like, oh, I want to sue him for this, and I want to sue him for that. If he puts him in a Hold Harmless match, no matter what happens to Brian Myers, you can't say shit.
Well, there you go.
Nice. Demore with the big. Check out the big brain on Scott.
Check out the big brain on Scott.
Jeez.
What are you talking about? I just figured it out.
Steiner math, bro.
The work they're doing around Myers right now is really good.
It's a nice, slow foundation.
I know 2 or 3 months after BFG, right before Hard to Kill, we were all kind of worried about the direction for Myers. Yeah, exactly. It seemed like he peaked early and then just was lost.
Yeah.
But boy, they really found their footing with Myers. I think thanks to that feud with Dreamer and now Pirate Myers, I'm all in on. Like, this is a fun character. I like the stupid legal stuff with with Smart Mark Sterling, and just it's a good fit for him. And then alternatively, like, it fits well with what Cardona's doing coming.
I was just going to add into that if you can tell that these people have history with each other because Myers and Cardona really work well together.
They do, man.
God, they do. Like, seeing it now, like, I know besides Jaybone, none of us really have a background with these two guys, but you're right. You can see it right away. And it kind of makes you wonder why they weren't both signed right away. I wonder what, if there was some kind of thing that prevented that, because it just seems to make perfect sense when you see them together, their chemistry, that they would be a unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got chemistry, man. And I like it. Like, it's just a different type of character build for Myers. Like, it's like he's going legal, he's trying to find loopholes, he's more verbal. He's not something like big technician wrestler or anything. So it's his skill is in his talking, and they're using that. The mouth is what he sells himself with, that mic skill. So I like that they're doing it. You got the match against Eddie that's booked up, Hold Harmless match for Sacrifice, right, Jay?
Hold Harmless.
Yeah, and then Deep Back Cub in the chat here says I love it when Scott then pushes all the paperwork off his table. It says I hate it. I hate a cluttered desk, and it's all the paperwork from all the BS from Brian. So yeah,
love it.
That's awesome. And that pirate patch is available on shopimpact.com
for $10.99.
For $10.99. I do wonder, did Bill buy that? Did he confirm? Bill can't confirm or deny if he's paid for that. I don't think.
If Bill bought it, he has to wear it all the time until Myers stops wearing the patch.
Yes, Bill, if you're still in the chat,
law.
You have to wear the patch. If
that goes to anybody who bought that patch. Yeah, you have to wear it.
That's the proclamation. Alicia's putting it down.
You're gonna post your pictures on whatever social media you have. Tag me in it. Let me see your Brian Myers pirate.
Let me see your patch.
Show me your best Pirate Myers. We got to get that trending.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pirate Myers. I have an eye patch in my house.
You have one?
Yes, I do.
I do.
Ooh, man. Yay!
I
Me and
like
Alicia are pirates.
I'm
Yay! I'm pirates. I'm just a pirate on the weekends. What other excuse do I need? Stop asking me so many questions, Trent. Maybe
hey, man, go find your pirate badge.
God. Off my back.
Yeah, see, Ingrid says lots of orders on the eye patch, actually, and
Really?
that's what we're trying to say. So if you bought one, let's see your eye
Let's
patch.
see him.
All right.
There we go.
We can't wear them at shows, so let's see them on social media.
Yep.
I want
Hashtag
post it on
pirate
Twitter.
miles.
Tag Alicia BKK. Tag We Talk Impact. That's
Hashtag let me see your patch.
Let me see your patch. That's your project for the week.
You're a female posting on the internet. That could be a very, very poor welcoming invite to some people. Let me see your patch.
People
Eye patch.
Eye patch, Mark. Take it easy.
All right,
Take it easy.
I'm just saying, we got to be careful out there. There's sickos on the Twitter. There's like weird people on there, man.
It
If
is
you
a
get
weird place.
out of the right, space on Twitter and into the wrong corner, shit goes down there.
I
real
have
fast.
fell down some dark rabbit holes.
Yeah, one time Cornette subtweeted me and I got hate DMs like all day long about what a piece of shit dumbass I was who didn't know shit about wrestling and likes flippy shit.
God.
And it was like some innocuous comment. Dude retweeted me. I got shit on all day long.
Really?
Cornette has a cult.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
The cult of Cornette.
Oh, dude,
they do not take criticism well.
No.
I want to know if anybody in the chat owns the patch. I'm curious. Who owns the patch in the chat? Ingrid's the Cardona shirts.
Yeah, I believe that. That was a dope ref shirt. I don't even like stripes like that, and I was like, yeah, I want one.
Valette said she got it. Yeah, I saw that in the chat too. Yeah,
nice, very cool. All right, you guys.
Ref shirts too.
You guys got your mission for the week. You got to post your patch. Post your patch. Tag Alicia. That's your job for the week.
Maybe they'll make Cardona head ref.
Cardona should not be head ref. He looks like $1 million.
He was not on the show tonight.
He wasn't, which is surprising. I thought he interjected himself into that.
Maybe it happens from time to time with Impact, though. It seems like they focus, like they alternate storylines per week, where some get attention every week, and then some you'll see one, and then not the next.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody was on the show. Like, there was no Falaba, there was no Hernandez. So we'll see, like, maybe in the aftermath next week if he's got a new storyline. We'll see.
Oh, I have to address Armand's comment.
I was going to say, Armand's got
somebody put that up. Okay, the reason I have a patch in my house is my son has a lazy eye, and he has worn a patch for years and done
look at that.
computer games. And he's been to ophthalmologists, and I've spent a fortune, and his eye still drifts, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. So I certainly am not hating on that. If anybody took that the wrong way, that's why I have my patch.
We're giving it some love, man.
Years of eye patch wearing. Well, just in case anyone listening, I definitely am not. Like, I am a firm believer in the eye patch. It's done a lot of good. I just like the Pirate Myers gimmick.
Jesus, Mark. I mean, come on. People are going to listen to audio and they're not going to understand a bit of this, and they're really going to be upset with you about this.
It was on the chat.
I'm just messing with you.
What the hell? Don't be pissed at me. Okay, anyways.
I guess, Mark, hey.
I'm firm, but I'm fair.
He's firm.
I thought you were gonna hit.
Sadly, I understood about half of that.
way more fitting. Way more fitting. All right. Next one is a teacher versus student match. It's Trey Miguel reluctantly taking on Sam Beale, who had Sami introduce him as his new prodigy. And again, just like we said earlier, I'm just excited for Sam Beale to get a moment. Like I say, he's a total rookie, and just getting the spot was cool. It was not a long match by any means. I mean, it was. I mean, a minute.
I wrote down squish. It was a squish.
It was a squish. It wasn't even a squash. It was a squish.
Great psychology through this, though.
Yeah. It was cool because Trey didn't want to do it, right? It's the whole I don't want to fight you. But he got the hourglass lockup on him. That was it. Beale tapped out. But then the crux game where ICU'd out, and then Sami made his way down after Trey went after Sami. Sami's already in the ring, takes out Sam. So just more mind games with Trey. They're playing it online. You're getting it between Tuesdays. This doesn't end on Tuesday. They're messing with each other all week long. I love it.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't following Sami or Trey on on Twitter. If you want more of the story, there's more to it constantly happening all week. So go check that out.
Yeah, this is the
Good. Somebody
this is the perfect storyline for Trey coming back in, though, because Sami's going to bust his ass and kill himself to put Trey over after everything that just happened. And if there's anyone that's going to do it, it's Sami. Perfect storyline for these guys.
Yeah.
We get a quick thing where beer guns want to teach. They basically challenge Violent by Design. Jake, who was just on the show earlier today, Jake comes up and offers to be in their corner. Says, "Look, I know these guys better than anybody. Let me be in your corner. I'll get your back." And they said, "Sure, just you could be there." So that's a quick little thing. So Jake is on Sacrifice officially in Beer Guns corner. That's cool. That's cool. And he did mention on his interview this earlier in the show, he was like, he used to watch these guys on TV, and like, I'm in their fucking corner now. Like, it's cool. And wrestling is trippy like that. Like, they're like people you watch on TV and you get to call them your coworkers now. I think it's pretty sweet. Yeah. We go to the AEW segment of the week. Tony and Tony attempt to explain the I guess we can play this again. Attempt to explain this. Now I feel like they took
Kyle
the first. Yeah, that's a good one, Kyle. That's a really good one. I feel like they took the first pass at using Impact to be like, we'll do the first damage control pass at this right now, and then we'll do more tomorrow.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying. Obviously, they're in a weird situation. They're gonna try. So, hyped up Dynamite, and but even though he owns AEW, I think Tony Khan still agrees.
Perfect time to give an assessment on the pro wrestling industry and where we all stand. Impact Wrestling, the number one. Impact Wrestling, the number one.
Look at that.
Change his tune, eh? I don't know, man. When they talk at this point, my eyes glaze over and I completely zone out.
Well, he said we're number one.
I liked him putting over Christian as the Impact champion and saying he looked forward to seeing what he would do in AEW. I thought that was cool. I love that they're tying it back. I don't know, man. I'm just obviously the big fan of this. I like this stuff. I'm really into the crossover.
One thing
I hope we get more.
One thing I'll say, Alicia, I'm going to say, Mark pointed this out to me on Sunday, and I got to agree with this. When like Paige debuted and like Christian debuted, I guess they mentioned like their former Impact champion. They had a run in Impact. Paige is a former Impact Wrestling Tag Team champion. That's what it said. Unlike the WWE, which acts like that people's time in Impact never existed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hate that because they're like, Taya Valkyrie wrestled in Mexico, blank career, and just showed up here.
And they listed AAA in that one in particular because they don't care about AAA.
Right. It's like she was a AAA champion. Nothing for 3 years, and she's here now. It's like
the greatest knockouts champion ever.
That's like WWE's MO is to completely erase people's histories and make it seem like they're the ones who formulated and created them, made them relevant.
Yeah, it's just to me it's petty. So at least I'll give AEW like they put over
that aspect. Yeah, I just don't like the story. That's all. I have nothing bad to say. Like they're running a good show over there. Obviously, like it's all gravy, baby.
This is great.
I gotta say, in their defense, that shit isn't even a big deal. Like, really, like crap happens, and things got sold weird, whatever. I just think they had bigger issues than that dud. And they shouldn't be remembered for that. Like that shouldn't be like a huge smear on their history because like that could have happened to anyone.
That's unfair
it's an exploding death match. Like, what do you do? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of they had people around ringside 10 feet away. What do you want them to blow the entire place to Kingdom Come? I mean, come on, get real.
They did in Japan though.
They could have put a Roman candle in the center.
Yeah, but they had
just saying. I'm kidding.
The people at that match, though, were like way farther back. I mean, like I said, there were people like between 5 to 10 feet away on the other side of the barrier where the explosions were going off. It's like you can't. You can set off a couple cherry bombs. What else are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Impact.
Enough with that. And you know what? We're just making the point that, like, as wrestling fans, I think we all understand, like, I mean, Victory Road 2011, right? Like everybody has a thing. And it's like, you know, it's a live entertainment. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you blow some more shit up. So
that's right.
If I'm Tony Khan, I look at Scott D'Amore and Don Callis and I go, hey, can we do a death match at Impact to make up for this and blame it on Kenny? Fuck, man, write that shit in.
No, I blow up a tour bus next week and be like, haha, I wish it was you, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, man,
yeah, throw on some.
Awesome.
You really want to grind WWE.
Dude, blow up a tour bus, wreck a limo with a baseball bat, or fill it with fucking concrete.
Yeah.
Take it. Take it. You guys slow down.
Just
slow down.
A guy up north will be like, I did that shit first.
I guess, you know what? I guess it wasn't gone after all, but the tangent of blowing up a tour bus reminds me of this.
This is the good stuff.
Looks like I know.
Or you can have like Kenny Omega at a firing range and like fire off like a bazooka or something.
Bang, bang.
Is this what you wanted for explosions? Like
explosion is done.
Here's some real explosion. I thought we canceled explosion on this.
Dude, we're so off the rails.
Holy shit!
You guys about to blow shit up.
God damn it! Good lord!
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
I don't know either. All right. Where are we at next? Where are we at now? Let's start. Let's get to the stretch here.
All right. So we had the Tony paid advertisement, which talked about the upcoming show. They talked about highlights from the pay-per-view.
We're at the contract signing. Finn Juice and the Good Brothers.
There we go.
So this segment went a little long for me. I thought it was a little, right?
I missed this segment, so
okay. It was a little long. I was like, I felt like they didn't have to get to the second shot. like it's like they were taking shots. They're like, we ain't gonna sign, so we gotta take some shots. You know, like they're all taking shots. It took like forever to get to the second shot pour. I'm like, all right, guys, like let's get this going here. And they started brawling. So
it was kind of cool though how it turned cinematic, like the Moose EC3 thing on the bridge.
I did like that.
It was totally normal, and then all of a sudden the music kicked up, and they went into cinematics.
Yeah.
And I did like one line. I want to call out one line real quick. I know I'm running long with my mouth tonight. I forget who said it, but Carl Anderson's reply to something, and he was trying to say, "Oh, that's awesome." He said, "Oh, that's Kurt Hennig." Like, "Oh, that's cool." But he used Kurt Hennig as good, and I was like,
"I like
that's
that.
Sick. That's sick."
Oh, that was Gallows. That was Gallows.
Oh,
He took that second shot. He made it a double, and he called it a Kurt Hennig. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. I like that. They are cool dudes, man. I'm not going to deny that. No, it's cool, Sam. I love Juice Robinson. He's so charismatic. I don't know, something about he's just so the way he smiles, the way he kind of uses body language. He's a very charismatic dude.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alicia.
I was just gonna say these two guys seem like a good fit as far as a crossover. This storyline feels so much more natural and welcoming than the AEW one.
She's right. This one I feel makes more sense in a way. Like it just feels, it flows.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Impact content team though. Right before this segment aired on the Twitch stream, they did top 5. Jay, you probably saw this. Top 5 New Japan Impact moments, correct?
Yeah, that was cool.
Nice. It was cool to see. It was cool to see all the New Japan stars in the early part of their career, like Tanahashi and Okada and God, who else? Naito and all those guys who made appearances. They were all there, man. They were all in the Impact Zone, guys. So I mean, everybody thinks other companies do it first, man. Impact did it a long time ago, so give the credit where it's due. But
to what you,
I'm good.
Just to what you guys are saying about how this one feels so much more natural and better, I agree, it does. And I think it's as a result of like our belts feeling so important. Good Brothers have been booked strong everywhere. Impact tag titles have been promoted as like these big, huge things. And it looks like it, right? Like it's believable that these dudes came here and Private Party came here to like get the Impact World Championship tag titles, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It feels like our belts are really important in the tag division.
Dude, they are. I mean, they are. They're really making them out to be very important.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job as opposed to, not that I dislike, I love the world title stuff, but the tag stuff feels super important for Impact right now.
It does. Ingrid's saying I have another man crush now in Juice Robinson. So I clearly have a thing for curly men with curly haired muscular men with a nice tan. Apparently, I don't know, but I like Juice Robinson. I think he's extremely charismatic. He has something about him. Like I would love to see a solo career of his. I know he was solo for a while, but I think, man, I feel like he could fit an Impact at some point on his own. He just has a cool presence to him.
Yeah, he worked really hard to hone his craft in New Japan, and he really garnered a great fan base from going there because he was just floundering somewhere else down south. So yeah.
Plus, he's a local guy here. He's from the burbs here, so got a little something. It's a hometown boy, Juice Robinson.
Nice.
But yeah, that's contract signing ended in a brawl. Tag matches on for Saturday. Honestly, it can go anywhere for me. I feel like you can do anything with this, and people wouldn't be upset in terms of like, it'll attract a new audience in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah. Well, and New Japan's been pushing it to the moon as well. It's got a more organic feel to it because the Good Brothers have a lot of history with New Japan, and it's not. It's just two guys and two guys. You don't have the hustle and bustle from Matt interjecting himself into stuff. And nothing against Matt Hardy. I love the storyline.
Right.
It was great. It just has a much different feel to it. So yeah.
Yeah. Next match we had, guys, was Ace Austin with Fulton in his corner against Chris Bay. My opinion, match of the night. I'm gonna put that out there at the top of the show right now. I want to go. I want to spend. They had enough time, so let's spend a minute on this one. Alicia, thoughts on this? I thought these two just looked fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, they nailed it.
This was X Division, straight up. This is X Division right here.
I want more. I want to see more of it.
I want these two. Go ahead, Mark.
Just the simple fact that Ace Austin going into a title match would drop this match, and it's totally believable. Shows you how fucking strong the X Division is right now.
Yeah, totally.
Everybody in the X Division could be the champ. Rohit could come in on its sacrifice and somehow finagle his way into that match and win. It'd be believable. Manic could retain. It would be believable. Ace could win. Chris Bay, believable. Believable. All these people. But Jordynne Grace could come in. Believable. Yeah. The X Division is back, baby. Like it is really strong and in full right now. This match was just everything every single one of us thought it was going to be. And Chris Bay with the Verta Baker, my all-time favorite finishing maneuver. Shane Helms, the vertebraker. It's originally a Japanese move, but I forget who invented it originally. That was unreal. Striker's call was great. I popped out of my chair for the vertebraker. It didn't end the match, but damn, this match was just near fall after near fall, big move after big move, counter after counter. Fulton sitting in the chair the whole time, and like Striker talking about how Ace's mind control has Fulton's, focused and set, and like if he tells Fulton to do something, it's going to happen, and setting up plot lines for later on down the line, and just awesome.
It was cool. Jay, the people in the chat seem to really like this one. They're saying match of the year, best of the night, instant classic. What do you think?
Oh, when I was watching this, I was like, just halfway through it, I was like, oh, this is absolutely match of the night. And then it went on, and all the close calls and 2 counts and everything. I want to see Chris Bay added to the match this weekend, and I have absolutely no doubt that it's going to happen because if he beat the number 1 contender, if he beat the guy that's going up against TJP this weekend, then Chris Bay should absolutely be added into this match.
That's what's up.
Dude, it was such a good match. Honestly, like I would have really encouraged everybody to sound off on this one. This was a let them know. The Verta Baker, man, it's a brutal move, dude.
It is a Gringo killer. Same thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's a brutal looking move. Like if your head turns the wrong way for a second, you're gone. Like you have to really trust your opponent on this.
Yes, thank you, Zach Megumi Kudo is who invented the Verta Breaker.
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh wow, okay.
That's interesting.
Cool. Little tidbits.
Yep.
Did not know that. Thank you guys for the trivia on there.
I knew it was Japanese in origin.
Oh, there's Nicole's in the chat. Look at that. What is she doing?
All right.
Hey, nurse, what's up?
I am looking down on my phone. It was not text from her. She's like, "What are you looking at?" Not text from me. I'm like, "No, they're not." But no, great match. This one's actually worth a rewatch because it's just one of those really great matches. Perfect for TV, perfect for story. I encourage everybody to go check this one back out. It's really, really cool.
I want to put a little bit more shine.
Go ahead,
Jaybone.
Oh, I was just gonna say that we were saying this during the watch along. Bill said something to the effect, and I especially want to reiterate this because he couldn't pop back in here. He basically was saying what the chat was saying while we were watching this, and that these two guys are two of the strongest bases in the company right now.
They are.
Like this is the future of the company right here. These are guys that you got to keep around 5+ years. Absolutely.
Chris Bay, Ace Austin, I think we can proclaim it right now, are future world champions in this company. They're
without a doubt.
They're made of
both guys. Without a doubt. Yeah. Absolutely. I think we've known that for at least 6 months now about both of these guys. Right. We're going to see them at the top. One more quick note on that vertebreaker. Normal setup need not apply. It was done out of a crucifix.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's awesome. Crazy, Go back and watch the match again. Great match.
Yeah, it's worth a watch for sure. So if you missed it, I would say, guys, probably gonna have like a shortened highlight version on Impact's YouTube. Go check that out. And then probably it'll be on Impact Plus within a few days too. So go check it out. I think Thursday they got an Impact Plus. So give that a watch. But if Bay does win, I don't think it sets Ace back at all. He's still got the trophy. He's still in the mix.
It's all busted up now though.
Yeah.
He bent it. The disrespect to the trophy. Ace, come on, man.
He's gotta bend it back. Oh man, just bend it, fix it up a little bit.
Just hit him with the other side.
Swingers Palace is next. One of the best segments of the night. Swingers Palace.
That's for Thursdays. Trent, put that shit away.
I like my bell, man. All right, I'm putting it away.
It's a specific reason on Thursdays.
I know it's for throwback. I know you're right. I've been trying to work it in all night. Nobody's acknowledging. I need more props. I got my noisemaker, Alicia. I got every time there's a Jeff Jarrett running on Thursday, I hit the bell. And then what was the noisemaker for?
Interference. Anytime there's
interference, I do the noisemaker.
So is this turning into like live action Rocky Horror Picture Show where you throw like rice at the screen?
Throw rice at the screen, toast. That's a toast. And throw like white bread at the screen. All
that. Some dresses and high platforms I could wear.
Yeah.
Mark, whatever you did in the 90s, we'll leave in the 90s, please. Thank you.
But nothing's going to be higher than Jordynne Grace's heels tonight on the show. Jiminy Christmas.
Jesus, yeah, we'll get to that in a second for sure.
My ankles hurt.
Looking at it, right? Fine.
Yeah.
We're at Swingers Palace. Josh, so TJ's there to TJ got involved in the last match, right? He gets in. He was one who distracted Fulton away, got Fulton out of there, and then in the meantime, when Bay won. So TJ basically goes to Swingers Palace and says, so was he implying that he won the bet? Like I'm gonna screw Ace on that match, right?
Yeah.
So he collects the money from Bravo, gets the money there, and then Josh walks in, Josh Alexander, and says, "Hey, what are you doing? You're just goofing off. The X Division title belt's on a gambling table. Like you're no champion." So he basically tells him, he's like, "What's it to you?" I love the cutaways to Swinger here because he's like. He's holding a lot of cash. And he's like, "I got the money, Daddy." And like they're fighting, and they come back to Swinger's like, like he's just, it's fucking great. Anything Swinger does, I'm in for.
It's gold.
He's like, "A lot of cash, Daddy." But basically, this is your hint drop of Josh. If he gets interjected by Saturday, this is the nucleus or the genesis of it, right, Jay?
And Josh Alexander's in the X Division too.
If anything, I don't think Josh is going to get put into this match, but Josh is letting you know that once the dust settles from whatever happens this weekend, no matter who wins this weekend, whether if it's a 2-way or the possible 3-way, like I'm predicting, he's going to be right there to say, "Hey, I'm next."
That belt's going on Josh Alexander. Mark my words.
Are you calling it right now?
I'm calling it right now. Yeah, it's going to go on
Saturday?
Josh.
Is
he in the match for Saturday?
No. He just made his presence known.
Right. But I'm going to say soon, by the time they book him in that match with whoever ends up being X Division champion, by that time, Josh is going to take it. I'm fairly certain he's going to be the one who strips TJP off of it.
Ooh.
Of it.
Yeah. That match they had in Mexico would say that you're right. To get a few more matches out of those guys would be awesome.
Yeah, they're literally like match of the year every year.
Yeah.
Right. So I could see I could see Josh getting into that match at Sacrifice somehow. It could happen, or
it could happen,
or you do it at Rebellion.
Way.
You make it a bigger. You make it.
I think. Yeah.
Save it, right?
Yeah.
Could either way could go. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes from there. But no, just the funny stuff. Dude, Swingers Palace is great, and it's a great. Again, the saga of Wrestle House bleeds into this, so it's all in good fun. It's all just a constant way to keep all these people on TV, keep Swinger out there.
Wrestle House is the gift that keeps giving.
It really is, man. It really is.
It knows it has no bottom for its generosity.
It does.
I love that they were able to transfer into Swingers Palace.
Like 3 different things from it.
Yeah.
Like they kept going to other things from it. So it's brilliant.
Genius.
Awesome stuff. Swingers Palace is great. Okay, now I want to spend a minute on this. This is so Rohit comes up to Shera backstage and he's like, "What the hell's going on? You're supposed to have my back out there. What is this bullshit?" And he's kicking him around.
Penzer's here. Penzer's in the chat.
Penzer's in the chat. Oh, David Penzer's in the chat.
He heard you talking smack about him earlier.
No, he did not. I was putting him over. I was putting Penzer over. I put him over. Penzer, I put you over. Like Scott Hall, put him over, brother. Just put him over. But good to see it. Way to see you, David. We'll have to get him back on the show for sure. David, next time you come on. No, what I was saying about David is he came on the show. He didn't put his camera on. We need to see David Penzer in HD on the show next time. So we'll get him in here. But David, good to see you again. But okay, so the Shera thing, right? I want to talk about this. So he's taking, and then Shera chokes, and now I got to say, probably Shera's best promo I've ever heard out of him. He's never sounded that confident, never that clear and just direct. And I was like, shit, okay. I mean, I credit where it's due. I was like, damn, that was a good moment for Shera. But let me finish this thought, Mark, before you go on. My only issue is you've already broken this up. Like they're already done. It's been like 3 weeks. It's over. That was it. Like all that for this. Go ahead. I don't know. Somebody take it. I'm very confused. And in the chat, I want to hear what you guys think in the chat about this. Is it already over?
Well, they needed something familiar to bring him back.
Yeah,
that's why they put him with Rohit Raju because of before. So it makes sense. I mean, it was a quick, but I'm okay with it just because, like I said, I had a feeling watching all those last several explosion matches. I'm like, man, there's something going on with them. They're doing something big with them, and if this, they're breaking him away to either make him a bigger solo heel or make him a baby face. I mean, I don't want to overthink that. Just to break him away from Rohit Raju, I think you could do it. Absolutely. You just gotta don't put him with it's whatever it is. You gotta what's the word I'm looking for? You gotta nourish it. You gotta something that's gonna help him too. Whether it be a veteran to help put him over to help work with him, or something with a promo thing or whatever. I mean, I think he even looked great in that match. I mean, I want to see James Storm versus Shera. I want to see those two bosses go at it.
I'm not going to deny Shera is leaps and bounds improved from where he was. My only thing was, it's just if you were going to do it, I mean, at least a little. Take it to Rebellion, if anything. If let them have a match, these two, or they go 1-on-1. Right. Well, break them up the right way.
We don't know definitively. We don't know definitively that it is broken up.
That's the other point. Are they over? That's
they had a falling out, but we don't know that they're over. Yeah, I mean, you may end up still getting that. Like, I hate to tell you, Trent, I'm actually with Alicia and Jaybone. I like this too. Shera looked really good here. I kind of like what they're doing.
I can't deny it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole holding Rohit up by his head was just awesome. Like, I was in awe of Shera's power, just like holding him up by his freaking
sheer brutality.
Head. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I will say it. I loved his moment, like what he said. I think it's the best I've ever heard him come out. I was like, man, I believed Shera here is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm sold on you right now, and it's awesome that you got me to that point.
And maybe the thinking bringing him back was, let's put him with Rohit because we know that Rohit can lead him and guide him through. We don't know how far Shera's come. Let's put him together for a little bit to ease him back in. Oh, look how much he's advanced. It's, he's good to break out already. Let's separate him. Maybe it was that kind of situation, like let's look and see. And they just decided Shera was good enough to perform on his own, or whatever the case may be.
So if it ends with a match with these two, like if you build this kind of split up a little bit, I'm with that too. Like, but that's why I'm like, do they go a little too early? Because I don't want this match to be on Sacrifice. It's way too early.
If you're gonna I don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go that far that quick. Like, if anything, it was gonna end up on Sacrifice and didn't so far. I thought it was gonna be Trey and Sami, but it sounds like that's gonna go a little further too. Maybe.
Yeah, they're not even close on that one.
These have potential just to stand out, to really stretch out. You can really get mileage out of these. And what's another month at this point, right? Yeah. You have another month. Take your month on that. It's 4 shows. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm all for that. So this was interesting. This is a very yeah, you're right though. Let's see if Mark brought the best point. Is it really over? We don't know. So we'll see where they end up. Yeah, it remains to be seen. So we'll see where it goes. But I like it ended with the whole "I don't owe you anything." It was pretty cool. Best Shera sounded in a long time.
Very matter of fact. Yeah.
Very much so.
It's big of you, Trent, to say that too.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
pat on the back, bro.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, right? Like, I was somebody who's never been a fan of his, and now I'm like, he got me to believe in it, right?
Yes.
And that's purely the fan thing. And that's like me just from a fan perspective. I'm like, you sold me today. That's the art of wrestling.
That's the art. Exactly.
I'm in on it. So, all right, next we got the knockouts action. We're getting towards the end here, guys. We got Susan taking on ODB. Mark, I know you want to talk about Susan's entrance music.
That's all that needs to be talked about. Susan's entrance music is a fucking bomb. It's perfect. Susan. Oh my God. Ingrid or Kevin, Penzer, whoever's in the chat, tell the necessary people that this music is my fucking life. In every single entrance song has to be this good and this appropriate for the character from now on, because this is so perfect.
Why did you like it so much? I want to hear why.
It's like the perfect suburban Eurodance 90s mom trash shit. Yes, and exactly. I was like, dude, I fucking took my shirt off and I was like swinging it around and my dog was barking. Here she comes. My kids came in and they were like, what the dance party? And everybody was just throwing, dude, it was awesome.
It's like when the suburban Karen wants to like get crazy on girls on margarita night.
Dude, I was whooping in my room. This was the most perfect entrance.
Oh, good for you.
Immediately ranks with Sexy Boy. Immediately.
Wow.
Immediately ranks with Sexy Boy. Yes.
This was hilarious.
There may have been a match. I don't know, because I was dancing the entire time.
Yeah. I love that.
It was great. And they let it go too, right?
I know.
They let her have like a minute and a half of music, and I was all like, yeah, the apron. It was awesome.
When she came down though, and she got in everybody, I don't know who was around Penzer. But it happened so fast. But she like, stuck her finger in Penzer's face and said something, I don't know what, and then got in the ring and just kind of looked around like, yeah, this is my time. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm bad. And then she did more of the throwing the finger at someone at ringside.
Her version of fist bumping is like,
I love it.
Let me speak to your manager.
The post-it note Tron. Brandon mentioned her name.
I didn't see it. Well, wait,
the whole Tron is just a post-it note with her name written on it.
Just Susan, that's it.
The whole thing is just fucking perfect.
It's hilarious.
The Susan character is like the most brilliant shit. Like she's the best to play it. Like she is so good.
I'm like crying. She's so good.
I love it. I'm not a hater, Ingrid. I'm putting it over like ad nauseum over here. I absolutely love it. Like
Sue Young is a future Hall of Famer.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes.
Ingrid in the chat here says Penzer doesn't react laughing my ass off, right, Penzer? No, he completely knows. So he just kind of like looked around like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know if David, if you're still in here, Penzer, if you're still in here, there's a Penzer GIF that gets used of him, like the frustrated Penzer face that people post. Have you seen this?
No.
Where he's just like come on, man. Like he's making that come on, man face. And it gets posted around on Impact nights. And David, I don't know if you know about this, but you have a GIF in the Twitter like gift bank, and that people end up using as a reaction, which is fantastic. Hilarious. But it was great because he's like, really?
Ingrid says Pens or no sells everything.
Everything. He's old school. He's old school. He doesn't sell anything. He's old school. This was great. I mean, ODB motorboat Susan.
She rips her outfit apart again.
She rips her shirt. More clothing ripped up, which is what Susan was pissed off.
Violated her, just totally violated her.
She chopped her really loud though as she tore her shirt. You guys catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. She get her Bronco Buster. I mean, she really like upset Susan here. So it's just enraged.
I like that Susan's wrestling style is fight, is pissed off Karen. That's her wrestling style. Like Susie's style is green and learning. Su Young's style is unstoppable and kill you. And Susan's style is I'm just gonna fight because I'm pissed off at the manager.
Hey, shout out! One of the greatest of all time is in the chat right here. Mikey Whipwreck is in the chat. Mikey,
oh shit,
Mikey. What's up?
Awesome. He's putting over ODB. Thank you, Mikey Whipwreck. One of my buddies, one of my all-time favorites, and one of all you guys' all-time favorites. He's one of the best. Mikey, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Go follow Mikey on Twitch, guys. He does gaming and he's got the show Front Row Material. It's on Twitch as well. Go follow Mikey right now, and then follow FRM Pod on Twitch as well. They go live a couple times a week. There's a few shows a week.
I thought they were on hiatus right now.
They're still doing it. Mike Freeland, the host, is still doing stuff on his own, like guest host and stuff like that. So they're still doing stuff. So Front Row Material is still going on, and then Mikey and Jerry will be back at some point. But go follow Mikey. He's been gaming and things like that. Mikey, good to see you, man. We would love to. We should get Mikey in on here. I mean, didn't really have a couple of Impact appearances, but nothing too crazy. I'd love to just have Mikey hang out with us one day.
Oh, did he? I didn't know he did.
Yeah. So, Mikey, come on in.
Oh, shots fired in the chat.
What is that?
Zach.
Oh, calm down, Trey. Can't get a picture. I'm gonna get a picture of Mikey Whipwreck. Fuck this, man. Everybody gives me such a hard time for taking one goddamn picture with a friend of mine. I'm getting a picture with Mikey Whipwreck just because. Listen. After this pandemic, I'm taking a picture with like the goddamn bus driver next time I get on a bus. I'm taking a picture with everybody. I'm documenting everything. I don't give a shit, Mark. I'm documenting all of it.
Me?
I'm going to take a picture with you, motherfucker. I'm going to take a picture with you. I took a picture with Jaybone on some rocking chairs at Cracker Barrel. Yeah, Alicia, we're going to take selfies, everything. I'm getting that picture with everybody.
Well, we even caught hell for that. A manager came out, was like, hey, get out of the chairs. You can't touch that shit. You know, it's pandemic, you know, it's horrible.
Taking pictures of everybody. Ingrid, even you who hates me dearly. I'm going to take a picture with you. I'm going to get a selfie where you're punching in the face.
First Impact show back with a crowd where we're all there. We're getting the biggest group picture of all everything and misfits.
Look at that. Mikey's saying right here. DDP's been taking a picture with everybody for years. He's been taking a picture with everybody. That's how it works. Yeah. It's the 90s. So I'm fired up.
Who am I to question DDP?
Exactly. And look, he's got it on his book, his DDP yoga. Look at DDP.
DDP's
a gazillionaire now. It works.
He's a gazillionaire.
Mikey did say front row material with him and Jared might be back next week. So, but either way, go follow the show now. So when they go live, you know when it's on. But go check out the back catalog. It's like one of the best podcasts ever. I told Jay, I told you about it.
I listened to several of the first episodes in a row and damn near pissed myself. It's hilarious.
Come on, people. I'm not.
The Paul Stanley imitations. It was just gold. It's gold.
Yeah, Mikey. Jay. The first thing he said, he goes, have you heard the Paul Stanley imitation? I'm like, come on, people. We all fighting the corona. Oh my god, you have your Mikey.
We got a lot of corona going on here, but we got something better for you,
dude. It's great. It's great. But all right, so. ODB does win. Let's wrap that up. ODB gets the win. She's going to sacrifice against Deanna, taking on the title. Afterwards, though, Deanna and Kimber come out to team up on ODB, start beating her down. Jordynne and Jazz come out. Now, this is where the heels come in, right? Mark, like the big ass heels. This was it. Alicia, do you have a pair of heels this big, like this giant heels? Like
yes, I think every girl does.
Would you wear them on a wrestling ramp?
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't.
Like,
Some
that?
heels are just meant from the car to the restaurant, back to the car, and home.
That
Or
was
off
these.
in the car.
The ones Jordynne was wearing, right?
Yeah,
Totally
she
meant
got
for
strong
the car.
ankles.
She ran down, but no, they came in. Tasha and Kiera came in as well. A big brawl. So everybody who's involved in Sacrifice was in here.
Yes.
And they did also, by the way, they did play Jaybone, the Scott Steiner math promo about Sacrifice, which was perfectly fitting, by the way.
Oh yeah, well they play that every week. But yes, I just want to say that one note I did take here. Number one, like all the ladies came down. It was crazy. It was ODB versus Susan, but then the brawl involved Jazz and Grace coming down, Faya and Flava, and then the Knockouts champ Perazo with Kimberly came down. And after the brawl, the champs were standing tall.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Last segment on the show. The big announcement. Moose comes in, hijacks the show. I want to know what the big announcement is. And he's saying, I'm not going anywhere. They even stretched it over commercial, right, Mark? They kind of went over a while while Moose is hijacking the show here. Mm-hmm. And they cut to Scott in another camera. And he's like, what the hell? He like hears Moose's music playing. He's like, what the fuck's this? And he's like, all right, well, I guess I got to go. We're going to do this now.
Well, and he's talking to someone in the office, and you can't tell who it is.
That's the key. Who's he talking to, Alicia? Who's Scott talking to? Who's the shoulder? The invisible shoulder now. Who's the invisible shoulder?
I don't know, because apparently I can't see it because it's invisible.
That's true. All right, good point. Good point.
I can't see.
But so Moose comes out, demands Scott to come out. Scott comes out, and he's like, I want to know what this big announcement is. And he says, well, before we get to that, we're going to bring Rich out. So Rich comes in, champions are in there. They basically, I mean, he says that I can't have 2 world titles walking around this place. There's no way we're going to keep 2 world titles here. And basically, the winner of the match of Sacrifice is going to unify the titles into one belt, one Impact World Championship. And that person is going to Rebellion to face Kenny Omega, Impact champion versus AEW champion. First time in God knows when that there's 33 years.
33 years.
Title versus title. And that's it's not just an interpromotional thing where you got this champ versus this champ. No, it's title versus title.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting. I want to know, everybody in the chat, let's sound off. What do you think about this? What do you feel about this whole thing? The title versus title, the unification with a TNA belt. How are you guys feeling about the entire thing? So we'll go in order. Now, Alicia, this ties into kind of like the AEW stuff. We'll start with you on this. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on this unification?
Again, I think it's just because I'm not so into the storyline with the Kenny Omega, so it's whatever. It should be interesting either way. I know the Swann versus Moose match is going to be incredible.
I think I'm more interested in that than anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for, basically, I want to see what happens with that and what belt they use, what it ends up going with, like who knows, all that stuff. Jay, was it you who mentioned, did they get a new belt out of this whole thing, or was that you?
I said that was just a guessing, saying, well, if they've got the Impact title that Swann's holding and the classic TNA belt that Moose is holding, and if it's a unification, is there going to be a new world title belt presented? You know, it could be just Rich's title. I'm fine with that. But if you're going to do a big unification, maybe they do make a new title, and this whole really, all this stuff with the crossover brands, no matter who we work with, it really has kind of ushered in a new era with professional wrestling, I'd say. So maybe they do introduce a new title. What do you guys think? I don't know.
Go ahead, Mark.
Man, these are 2 really nice looking belts. I hope they can mush them together and make one badass looking red TNA white strapped awesome belt.
Total Nonstop Impact World Championship.
Yes, I don't. It's funny. Alicia and I are polar opposites on this, but exactly the same. I don't care either because I'm so interested in it that I don't care what happens. Right? I'm going to be satisfied with this story. Maybe not with the ending. I am a little bit worried about the ending. The same worries that I know everybody else has. I don't need to pile on too. Mm-hmm. But the fact that this is happening is just super cool. Being a wrestling fan right now is badass, and this is just kind of more of that. You know, like I'm not so quick to fucking write Moose off. Like, man, I know
he's writing Moose off though. He's like the guy
just,
right now.
I know, but everybody's just saying that there's no way that somebody from Impact could win the AEW. I disagree. I respectfully disagree.
I have faith that Moose can be the guy to do it.
I think
he's believable.
Yes, I don't want to fantasy book this out too far, but I'm just going to say I disagree. I think that Moose, it could be Kenny Omega, believably in kayfabe. It could happen. It totally could happen.
The best way you want to test this, you want to test the theory like this, you show Moose and Kenny Omega like to a casual fan, like these two are gonna have a match. You know, if you're talking a real fight. What's believable to you? Can this guy take this guy? You know,
well, we're not talking a real fight though.
No. But you want to see what a casual fan's perception is of a guy like Moose, who's like a believable, just dude, like a monster.
He is believable. That's what he is.
That's why I'm like, Kenny could be this technical wizard. That's fine. But that Moose is a fucking monster. Like he looks like he'll just kill you.
In as much, go ahead, Alicia. Go.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, as far as Moose, they've clearly been pushing him towards something big. You don't slow burn someone's character for this long for it to end up in a fizzled dud.
Yeah. And
I'm really looking forward to it. I think they have put this in such a way that not only has Moose at his optimal prime right now in his career, his look and everything.
Yeah.
For not only sacrifice match to be incredible, but also if he's the one who goes to AEW for the AEW title at Rebellion. It's a great on paper. You just show that on paper. It looks great. Like that's a star-studded match.
And that's why I say Moose. And no disrespect to Rich Swann, who's been a wonderful champion.
Absolutely.
But the match is Moose Omega, and everybody knows it. So let's just say worst case scenario, this happens. Somehow Rich retains his sacrifice. I'm not going to fantasy book that. I think Moose can win the AEW World Championship, and in a year from now, I hope that I'm right.
Either way, we all win, and it's
cocktail hour, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. and then casting it's cocktail hour, brother. Or if you're Johnny Swinger.
And I want my pizzles back.
Somebody's partying either way is what I'm saying. That's what's going on here. But that was so it's sold. So that's it. That match is on. The announcement's made. Like I said, either way. It looks fantastic. I think Moose is just, if you've been following his story on social media, the guy is at like his ultimate form right now. Like he's ready. Mm-hmm. He's ready to be the guy. And it's been the slowest, most amazing build to this. Like, I think we're all just like, shit, man, I can't wait. Because he's our guy. He's an Impact guy, man. He's developed here basically, you know? And I want to see him just take that spot. So I'm super excited for it. Imagine this though. Put this out, Jaybone. You're the AEW guy.
Yeah.
Moose wins. Let's say Moose wins on Saturday. Then you have him walk. Imagine Moose walking out of fucking TNT, like looking at his opponent. Like, I got you, man. I'm looking at you, motherfucker. Like I got you in my sights. I'm coming after you. I'm taking that. Moose walks out on AEW Dynamite. Mason eyeball his opponent. That's what I wanted to happen. Like one of our guys to go there and be like, nah. You did enough bullshit on our show. We're coming to your show now. I'm taking your title.
I think that's when the crossover really starts to happen.
This is where I think that's where you have the meat on the bone with that, man.
Yeah. And it's like, and everything up to that point has been, it's been smaller, but it's still, it's there. You know, it's still there. What'd you guys think of Callis in the chair on the phone with Omega at the very end? Set that up. There?
Was it Omega? Do we know it was Omega for sure?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he said so at the beginning.
Did he? Okay. Set it up, Jace. If anybody missed it.
I think Callis is the guy who was sitting across from Scott D'Amore.
Right. Which would make sense.
And I was like, okay, well, there's a suit. There's the guy. Because we were like, okay, it looks like a suit that's sitting across from, or a suit material, you know, because you could only see part of his shoulder, barely any of it off the side there when he was sitting across from Scott D'Amore. And I was like, I even said that during the watch long. I was like, oh, is that his partner in crime? As in, Callis. because we almost never see them together.
Yeah,
not anymore.
Very rarely. You know, because Scott's taking more of an on camera role, which is it took a while. It really did take a while since this whole, them taking over the EVP spot. And Callis has been so busy with Kenny, but then he's on the phone with Kenny Omega, and I forget exactly what he says. Something to the effect of, they're basically they're falling right into our plan, or so he says something like that. It's
set up. It's what we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. So we got them where we want them or something. Basically, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
So that's it. Went off the air with that.
You know what's cool about that, and having Don as that this larger than life invisible character, is that you could do anything. They could use Don to get out of that messed up pyro on the barbed wire death match if they wanted to, because that character exists in that kind of space.
Mm-hmm.
You could even say Don is the reason the bomb fizzled out, because he was worried about Kenny. It could have potentially been Kenny at the end of the match. I was
going a different direction to stab him in the back, but you were going friends. So you could go any way with Don.
Exactly.
My thing that I explained on Smash This podcast, I said I look at it like it's the whole Wile E. Coyote. How many times have we seen the Coyote after the Roadrunner? And he's always setting up this and trying to make that, and these explosives and these traps and stuff like that. That's how I looked at the whole thing, which is basically how Tony was trying to spin it during the media scrum. It's like, and someone even made a meme of it, which was hilarious. I forget, I think someone even tagged me in it or something, or sent it to me. And it was, instead of Marvin the Martian, it was Tony Khan's head looking into the thing. Where is the kaboom? I am waiting for the glorious kaboom. And I'm like, and it's all right. It's professional wrestling. That's why I said it. Anybody losing their minds over what happened at the end of the pay-per-view, it's like, this is professional wrestling, folks. Why is anybody, even if you're the biggest fan of AEW, and I'm a pretty big fan, I cover it every week. I was like, oh, whatever, something happened. Okay. It did not ruin. I love the pay-per-view. It did not ruin my life. I can't tell you how many times I saw people in the chat, it absolutely ruined my weekend. You know what? Then
if
don't
you let that. Yeah,
then don't fucking watch. Yeah, then don't fucking watch
people
professional
are so
wrestling.
just quick to turncoat on things. I feel like
if you paid $50 and that ruined it, you're looking for a reason to pay.
I agree. I mean, I don't watch it, and so it didn't really affect me too much. But like I was saying earlier, shit happens, and if that wasn't supposed to be what was supposed to happen, like whatever, get over it. Yeah, like Trent was saying, every company has had their fair share of disasters.
Yeah, Jaybone, are you okay over there? I mean,
I'm looking.
You all right?
No, I'm fine.
You're right.
Okay, Boomer.
That's the Malay in the chat put out the whole Acme thing. Yeah, that's right. That's where I saw it. Thank you. I'm just trying to like shake some sense into the chat, because some people just lose their minds. It's like, come on, this is supposed to be fun. If it's not fun for you anymore, then go watch ballet or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Which one's Jay?
That'll lighten the mood on him, Mark.
Yeah.
Which one's Jay always comes.
The bottom line is shit happens. If you've ever worked in events or anything live, shit happens. You pick up your shit and you move on.
That's how you know how a lot of fans ain't never been to a live show ever, because they act like clueless.
Yeah, a lot of you people haven't been to live shows, and
it shows. It shows.
Get the meme, get it going. But that's the show, guys. That's March 9th, 2021, Impact on Access TV. Very packed show. A lot going on. This was a big one. Jake something at the top of the hour. We had him. Great interview with Jake for about 25 minutes. If you missed it, go back, learn about Jake. It was really cool to learn about Jake something. We want to thank him for being on. He's one of the best. and he is absolutely the future of the company. And don't forget, we put out a campaign. We did it for Rohit, and he got it. We want a Jake Something t-shirt on shopimpact.com. We want that. Tag Shop Impact Deals, tag Impact Wrestling, tag Jake. Let him know you saw the appearance, and you want that t-shirt on Shop Impact for sure. More stuff for Ingrid to track and make sure to get delivered to everybody. That's
thank you again, Ingrid.
Yes, thank you, Ingrid, for getting everybody's orders to him.
Yes.
So we took care of that. But no, guys, big thanks to Jake. Give Jake Something a follow at Jake Something _ Give him a follow. Connect with him as well. But that's the show, guys. We I want to tell you guys here too. Mark and Jay Bill's not here for Throwback this Thursday. I have a little bit of a conflict. We got to work out maybe a new time, a little something different on Thursday. I'm going to talk to you guys about it off air. We'll announce on our Twitter for the Thursday Throwback show. It's going to be Asylum number 61. Trying to figure out when we can do it. I have a little something come up, but we'll let you guys know with enough time, probably by tomorrow, what's going on with it. But let's get our plugs in here. Let's let everybody know where they can follow us. Alicia, where can they get you?
You can find me on the Instagram and the Twitter under the handle Alicia B Cakey, the letter B, not the bug B, or B yourself.
What?
People do the BEE and they're like, we can't find you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Alicia B Cakey, the letter B. And TNI Cribs coming soon with Alicia's new place.
Yep.
This is me unboxing my new place, and that's the end of your tour. All right, cool. It's Mark. When they get you?
That's Mark World Order, MARKQ World Order on the Twitter only.
That's it. All right, Jaybone, you got AEW stuff tomorrow. You're still reviewing Raw for some reason, and you're doing a bunch of other stuff. Where can they follow your stuff? Where can they connect with you when you're not on TNI? What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, I still get like the 3 people in the chat for the Monday. So yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Are you a glutton for punishment, Jaybone?
I'm there every Monday to support
Mark's
the
one
bone.
of them. Mark just hangs out to these like nobody cares about this.
I didn't say that. I said I got to support the bone, and I cheer bits and everything.
He does. He loves me, and I think he feels bad for me too. But
Jaybone, hey, no bullshit. If you don't like no bullshit. If you don't like their product, but you still want to know what's going on, join me on Mondays and Fridays at Smash This Podcast. Jaybone is honestly how I get my up north wrestling news. It's good stuff.
So Jaybone, we're gonna get that news.
So it's on Smash This Podcast is on YouTube and the Twitch. I go live several times a week. Basically, when this isn't live, I'm live. So it's like we hopscotch days. So I'm doing about 20 hours this week. It's going to be insane. I did 5 hours on Sunday. I did 5 hours tonight, and that's I've already done over 10 hours in 3 days. So yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, you can find me on Smash This Podcast. Smash This Podcast is on all the socials, the Facebotch, the Twitter box, and the Instaneck. And for your bone on the go, you can catch it on anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast. It goes out to Spotify, Google, Apple, and like 10 other places that I'm finding all the time.
All right, very cool. Guys, our show you can connect at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just go to We Talk Impact. It's right there. Our shop on Facebook is now active, by the way. Our Pro Wrestling Tees t-shirts are now, you can buy them on Facebook if you don't, well, if you just happen to be on Facebook and you're like, oh, I really want a t-shirt. You can buy them directly from the Facebook page now, too. Yes. Coming soon to the Instagram page, too. But We Talk Impact, or just type in total Nonstop Impact. We come right up. The show's available on all audio podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. You name it, we're on it. So go ahead and give it a thumbs up, a 5-star, a review. If you listen on audio, big thanks to the people over in Uganda and Saudi Arabia. Again, Saudi came in huge last week. I couldn't believe it. The show ranked on the top sports charts in Saudi, and then individually, big shout out to our UK guys. Their last week's episode did like phenomenally in Saudi Arabia. So like
cracked the top 100. Unbelievable.
Nice. Go impacted.
Like in the whole sports chart, like a UK impacted team did like their individual episode, like ranked high shit. I was like, damn, good for you guys.
That's awesome.
Super proud of them. But go ahead, guys. So big thanks to all the audio listeners. The African market has blown up for us a lot, which is great. Just because Impact, I know, is more available there now. So I love that they're all listening to us on audio too. So thank you guys over there in Africa. So audio podcast. We are also twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, youtube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, Discord. Chat continues. It's in the link. Link is in the chat in the description below. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Get your t-shirts. Thank you to everybody who did buy during the March Madness sale. We appreciate that. So if you picked up a t-shirt, show it off. Tag us on We Talk Impact and let us know you got a shirt. So thank you guys for that. So the show schedules, as I mentioned, every Tuesday, this is the post show. Guests all the time. We have guests coming up. So Adam Thornstowe next week will be on with us. He's hanging out. The week following, we don't have anybody, but the week following that, we're going to have somebody as well. So we'll announce them all week to week just so you keep the hype fresh. And so that's every Tuesday at the post show as soon as Impact goes off the air. Thursday night throwbacks. It's NWA TNA number 61. We're on number 61 this week. So go watch your throwbacks, guys, on Impact Plus. And every Friday is a TNI UK team doing Impacted. And they're looking to gear up for a live episode one of these days on a Friday. So keep tuned to that. We're going to have them go live. I'll probably produce it from behind the scenes and let them do a live one. So just keep at We Talk Impact or Bison and Joe's Twitters, and they'll let you know when.
There you go.
Anything else? I said a lot. We got a lot of plugs in the show. Anything I forget? Anything?
Speak for yourself.
We're gonna have sacrifice predictions.
Oh yeah. This weekend.
What Friday? Friday. We don't have a time yet, but it'll be sometime on Friday.
And then Saturday is the co-stream between Smash's podcast and TNI doing a review of Sacrifice. There's 121 and 2/3% chance we're gonna do a co-stream of Sacrifice this weekend. And
if I make it to the end of Saturday night without a stroke, pray for me.
Buy him a lollipop.
We'll keep our predictions short, Jaybone. We'll go under an hour this time on Friday.
There we go. So you guys do predictions on Friday on Smash, I assume, and then Saturday will be the simulcast between Smash and TNI on YouTube, and then Twitch will be Smash. But we'll give you all the details. They'll be out with plenty of time. So that's this Saturday, guys. Get ready for Sacrifice and play that Scott Steiner promo a bunch of times before going to Sacrifice. But I think that's it, everybody. We're good?
Yeah.
We are good.
Awesome. All right. Thank you again, Jake Something, for joining us. We appreciate it. Everybody go back and watch Jake's interview if you missed it, and then tweet him. Let him know you like the appearance. But, guys, we appreciate it. We'll let you know about the rescheduled throwback by tomorrow. I'll let you know what time it's going to be, and we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a great week, everybody. The weather's great. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you later.